Begin transmission. Sargeant Sam Bolton reporting. Well, it seems as if it is true. I'm standing here recording on the surface under a deep blue sky. It is disconcerting not being able to see the steel grey of the bunker's concrete roof when I look up. It's nothing like I expected from the books. There's so much space here and so many buildings. As soon as we left the bunker, we found so many useful resources right at our own door that it was almost tempting to turn back and report immediately. But we had a mission, and still do. We have come across others already. They seem to have strange patterns burned into their faces. It seems perhaps a sign of rank or status, but that is yet to be confirmed. We have managed to avoid conflict for most of the journey, but I did have to subdue an attacker. He seemed crazed, and his arm burnt almost to the bone, just like the others that were with him. Luckily, the rest listened to reason and fled. We were also attacked in the dark. Waters managed to identify an ambush before we were set upon. It wasn't as clean as I would have liked, but I did disarm the attacker, and we managed to escape without bloodshed. Not all seem hostile, though. We have come across others, patrols, perhaps even a settlement. They were armed and didn't look overtly friendly, but also did not threaten us directly. We decided it best to go on our way and did not attempt contact. On top of all this, it seems there is still lingering radiation. Waters particularly seems to be suffering from light radiation burns, and even I can feel it taut in my skin. Another phenomenon that must be related to the radiation is water that is falling from the sky. It seems safe enough, but it actually seemed to help the radiation burns. Perhaps evolution finding its own way forward? I'm not sure. We have found evidence of the Victoria Park Bunker Facility, but have not located the entrance yet. It seems they were growing crops on the surface, and successfully. We are about to head up to the internal stairs of a nearby building in hopes of getting a signal to the CV radio. I'm glad to have Jones and Waters here. Their skill set will surely be invaluable in whatever is to come. Bolton, signing off.
WBF TST 17 log 636 Skye Waters. We're outside. It's strange. Everything is completely different out here. People are hostile, or at the very least standoffish. The womb rats on the surface are far larger than anything I've seen before. I've ever heard of before. They're taller than anyone else in the bunker, and there's so much noise. Noises I don't recognize or understand. They don't make sense. Screams and wails and grunts and chirps and all sorts of noises I've never heard before in my life. And the colour, there's so much colour out here. Shades of greens and reds and browns and blues, colours I didn't even know existed. But the people are the most terrifying thing I've found. There's been 2 groups so far try to kill us. One group have these strange burn marks, like hieroglyphs in their faces and septic burns on their arms. Another group didn't have those marks, but had a red-coloured sash. I've no idea if they're related or if they're at war or something worse. I don't want to stay here long enough to find out. We found our way to the Victoria Bunker Facility, we think. There was a grains crop and a farmhouse, but the people... We were far too late if we wanted to meet them. Their remains were still here, and it's how I figured out this was most likely the right place. Sam found a radio that still seems to work. Hopefully it's able to connect to their facility, and someone's still alive to hear it. Please let someone still be alive. Please let us stay alive long enough to go home. End log 636, Skye Waters, Administration. Over.
Sergeant Sam Bolton reporting. We made it. It is worse than we expected. The bunker has been ravaged. There doesn't seem to be anyone left from before. Others from the the outside have tried to claim it, but they were living down there without power. We managed to restore the power and reclaim sensitive information. It seems there are people, for want of a better word, who killed most of the Vault's population. The remainder have been dragged away. To where? Who knows? Jones was seriously injured by one of those things. Even after firing rounds into it, it kept coming. Luckily, we seem to have made a new friend with a powerful weapon. The surface fella, who seems friendly enough. I'm certainly glad he was on our side in that fight. Waters is shaken by what she's seen. I've never seen her so quiet. We're on our way back now. If all goes according... There's someone following us. I can see them darting through the buildings. I wasn't sure whoever they are, they can't follow us back. Sam Bolton, end transmission.
Hello, and welcome to Tabletop Fables and this episode of After the Ashes. Should be exciting this time. They've finally gotten back to the bunker to report, and have them introduce their own characters.
Starting with me?
Yeah, why not?
Okay then.
Just to throw you off.
Yeah, just to throw me off. Hi, I'm Ishtar. I play Skye Waters, Administration Assistant.
You have to point to us, otherwise we're not going to know what to do now.
Hi, I'm Jacob. I'll be playing Lucas Jones, Logistics.
I'm DM Cody. You might know me from such events as Monday and Tuesday night D&D, and I'm playing Sam Bolton, Security.
Okay. So, they have kept on leveling up a little bit more as they've been learning about this world. And they are now back under the waterfall into the cave of the Waterfall Bunker Facility, having survived many tribulations on what they previously thought was a dead and deserted surface, only to learn that life has come back. People have survived. The sun has burnt the ginger.
Ow!
The doors opened for them and they stepped inside. Second door opened and they stepped inside.
And we were home.
And as you do, you are confronted with the barrels of many guns. You see 3 suits of power armor, heavy weapons. You see people in combat armor with shotguns. You see a lot of security staff around, and people from other factions as well. Most of them are wearing like doctors' surgical masks, if they're not in some sort of power armor or the like. So, yeah.
It's just us. We've
Well, just put your
returned.
hands down. We're back.
You see Chief Colton, no relation. So this was, Sam, my boy, and the rest of the Troubleshooting Team 17. Sorry about all this. Step in.
Follow them through.
And as he does that, you see one of the tech staff presses a button, and the two bunker doors close. And goes, afraid we have to do this. He's behind the mask, but I'm not going to do that. But if you could just step in this side room here, we'll be sending one of the doctors in to check you out.
Of course, sir.
So he sort of gestures over.
I think I need it bright red.
Well, that doesn't look healthy. Takes his staff a step back.
I think it might be radiation.
Oh,
It really hurts.
get you checked out quick smart then. Alright. In that room over there.
Lucas collapses on one of the tables when he gets in.
Yeah, it's basically a simple table, couple of seats around. There's still scrap and everything in the corner up here. It doesn't look like it's been specially made for you. It's just an open area that just happens to be closed off.
Delicately sit.
You're left inside. You see people sort of peering around the door, like curious as to what's going on. And you notice, just because of your experience with security, that none of these security staffs are actually focusing inwards into the bunker as much as to the doors, or the now closed doors. Some time starts to pass.
I reach into my bag and pull out the wooden cube with letters on it and start looking it over, sort of marveling at it a little bit.
Yeah, so it's just the one you found in the house. A little bit of wood rot, but managed to be surprisingly, water rot, in good shape, and has most of the letters still on it. Just that toy from outside. for about 10 minutes, assuming you guys just wait patiently. You see one of the medical staff come up. You don't quite see who, as they're in
Full scrubs.
full scrubs, mask, head piece on. They come in. So you see the doctor walk in, and she's got a nurse with her, and just sort of starts looking you over. And you go through a series of tests, assuming you don't complain or anything like that. They take blood, look at your skin, look in your eyes, just general checkups.
Hold back scream from getting blood drawn over sunburn.
Yes.
Just like,
Which gets noted by the nurse. You're clearly in some pain. They then go away. You get asked to wait more time. Some of the security personnel get sent off. Eventually, the doctor comes back up. Let me just see what the doctor just thinks about your son's burn.
yay! This will be fun.
Apparently, they're a reasonably good doctor.
Oh, good.
So
They
she's
sent us the good ones.
so she steps back in and pulls her face mask off. So, you all seem to be in surprisingly good condition.
Well, John's not so much.
Well, beyond the obvious. We'll get you fixed up, don't worry. But don't worry, is radiation, but it's not the kind of radiation you were worried about. Apparently, I found, lucky as for you, I was reading up on this before you guys came back. The sun releases a certain type of radiation that burns the skin. People with particularly pale skin normally are extra susceptible to it. It'll hurt. Give it a week and it'll be fine.
How did they used to survive on the surface?
Apparently the body builds up a tolerance of some sort. You become less pale, and it's also mentioned to creams of some kind that we don't have any access to.
That would explain why there were people that had darker coloured skin.
And maybe that's why their arms were burnt.
Maybe.
Well, that's all I need to say. We'll be doing a more thorough check to see you don't have anything bloodborne. Drink lots of water. Take a load off for a few days. Jones, get yourself stitched up. But I'll leave you to it. I'm sure she looks back out to where there's people milling about. Sure people have some questions for you soon, but
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you, Doctor.
what's it like out there?
Very warm.
Skye. It's best we speak to the others first.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure you understand.
Yes, Doctor Patient confidentiality. Don't worry. She heads off and I said follows. The chief constable steps forward and goes, "Alrighty, Bolton. If you and your team can follow me, we'll be having a meeting in the the minister's office."
Yes, sir.
So I think your thoughts. Going to want a detailed report.
So, is it urgent? Can we get Lucas fixed up first?
How hurt are you?
I'm still on 4 lethal.
Yeah. What kind of injuries have you got there?
I've been stabbed, sir.
Builds character.
He's got this and gently spins him around and indicates the back with the machete stabbing.
And a couple of deals. Alright. Yeah. Interesting armor you've got there.
Yes, I found it outside.
What's your composure?
Terrible 2.
You can get fixed up in the administrator's office. Come on. As he just looks through you with a 1,000-yard cop stare. So he starts. He walks you down to administration and through. You see you're being followed by security, fairly discreetly. You're noticing the corridors are relatively empty. You do come across people, but in general, you're probably noticing there's more that there are security offers that are at key junctions and the like. It seems to be people are being kept from you. Eventually, though, you arrive in the administration section, and then the chief administrator's. Sorry, I'm from the Northern Territory, where the chief administrator is the head of the area. So the minister's in charge. The chief administrator says, "2 I see."
All important place.
Yes. Well, the Chief Administrator will be there.
Just drop the ad and it's fine.
So Minister Everlight is there amongst basically the command staff. So the Chief Constable's there, Lieutenant Walker's there, the Mitchells are there, so Quartermaster Winter and the Conversant Scott. And Everlight and Chief Administrator Ashton Fairweather. And they're all around. You see as you walk in from an office nearby, you see your dad pop his head out the door and be like, sort of like looks at your own skin. He's like,
Just like, what happened to my daughter?
but you can see he's happy as soon as he sees that you're back.
I'm alive, even if I'm red.
So you are given seats, surrounded by the people who have run your life for 25 years, 35 years, somewhere in between. And they look at you expectantly, and Ella sort of says, I'm sure you have a lot to report. We have a million questions to ask, but it might be best if you tell us what it's like up there.
Warm. So warm.
Really? She starts taking notes as you guys talk.
Before we start, I'm going to reach into my bag and pull out the crystals from the security cams. I think these need to be viewed. I think they'll tell you more than we can.
If their Pax's crystals don't register, I did a complete recording auditory of all of the feed, which I can supply. It's not for the faint of heart.
That might take some time to install.
We need to have Tactical have a look at this. We need to find a way to make sure this doesn't happen to us.
Alright, well, we'll get them starting to be installed into packs now. Ashton, can you get...
The name generator?
No, it's not the random name generator.
Was it my father?
Can you get Paul
Thank you.
to install it? So it's just the one crystal?
No, we've got a series.
Okay.
They seem to work in tangent.
Of course. So Ashton leaves and he comes back with Skye's father, and he sort of gives a nod and looks it over, and between the two of them they walk out carrying these things. That'll take some time, so...
Most importantly, right at the door there's fresh water coming straight from above.
Really?
It's clean.
30 seconds out there we could fill our canteens forever, from what I can tell.
It's clean. It only tastes... It doesn't taste like the bunker water.
Tastes like nothing. It's fresh and clean.
It tastes like what it smells like out there. That doesn't make sense. It tastes completely different. And it smells completely different. And there's so many sounds out there. And there's colours.
More importantly, there are people. That's more of a concern than colours.
Okay, what kind of people?
There are groups. I have a list of them. I don't remember all the group names you said because you didn't give me the list of them. But I detail what I got from the pack system and state that's from the pack system about Street Kings, the Hulk, the Arcadians, and make a note that they were the ones that attacked. And all the details I have them. And I also mentioned Daryl because he was nice and helpful to us, but mentioned that he's not associated to any known group that we can tell.
Sure, I'll say more about the Arcadians. They're the threat.
They were these group of people that seemed to... It's like they were mixed with Pax. As in, Pax is full of parts, machine parts. It's like the machine parts were inside of them, but they were still people. So it was the two together. They had blades that came out of their arms, and they had power core units in where their heart would be.
We have footage, hopefully on the crystals, of a guard unleashing an entire clip into one of them, and they kept moving forward.
But they always wore these white robe things, and according to other people on the surface, apparently when people are destitute and have nowhere else to go, they join their ranks and they just leave. But they agree to it. But they're not seen again? Or when people do see them, they seem happy? I'm not sure. I think it implies that they become these Arcadians, but I wouldn't be certain.
Interesting.
That's speculation.
Are there many destitute people up there?
I'm not sure.
We saw more than I was expecting, but I wasn't expecting many. There seems to be potentially a settlement not far away.
Yes,
They saw us and didn't open fire, so whether they're friendly or not I couldn't say, but not an immediate threat.
Yes, the burned people. I don't remember the exact phrase you used for them, but I think it used burn or fire or something.
Burned village.
Burned village. Yes, the burned village. It wasn't very far. It was maybe half a day at most, but that included our time of not being able to go directly there. But they had these hieroglyphs in their face that seemed to be burned but cared for. I think it might be an indication of either age or rank or something, but it marks who they are. And some would also have burned arms, but they looked uncared for and septic. Very strange.
It does seem strange.
They're the ones that attacked us first.
And then the other group that attacked us in the evening, I believe, were part of the Street Kings. They had a red sash on them of some sort, a red line to indicate themselves.
You're attacked?
Twice.
I mean, I see there is someone treating your wounds. See Lucas copped it a bit.
Yes.
So Scott sort of goes, hey, Jones.
Yes.
What did you make of these machine men?
They seemed quite odd. They didn't seem to be in control. They seemed more machine than man.
Oh.
Yes, that's important to note. So there was one almost say leader of them, but you will be able to see this if we can view the footage. It's almost like they were completely normal and fine and people would give offerings to them, but it was almost like the leader caused a flip or some sort of switch, like if he went through a back door into a computer and it completely changed them. It made them violent and attack.
Scott sort of says, "Oh, I remember reading some stories about like fiction about things like that. People mess with people's minds, and
It seemed like that, but real.
okay.
There is no way to access our network from external sources there.
So Ella says, no, there isn't.
We wouldn't want them getting inside our bunker. That'd be the end of us.
Yes, it's all quite a lot to take in.
Oh, the car park.
Yes, Jones. You know more about the machine parts than I do. Perhaps tell them what we've found and how you could put it to use.
Yes, there is an abundance of mechanical parts outside the bunker. There's also supplies in the other bunker at the plaza.
Victoria.
Victoria. Yeah. For that, to repair the elevator as well as supplies for packs and other things.
That winter's. Sounds good. If you can give me an itemized list of what you saw, or what you think we might be able to get, that would be very good. Yes, we can look into seeing what we can bring back online. That's good. That's good.
I've also found details of other facilities. We wiped it from their packs, but I've recorded down all of the details that it could bring me, but I don't understand what it means. It's a series of numbers, and I think it's supposed to imply a location, but I don't understand what it means. I have it all recorded regardless, but there are more facilities out there as well.
I think it's time for some of us to go out, but it's certainly not time for us to reveal ourselves yet.
No, we should have more scoping groups that can liaise with some of these people.
Groups with deniability if they're caught.
Ella nods. We were thinking about that if you returned, when you returned. We would send pathfinding teams rather than troubleshooting teams. With your experience, you are now the most qualified.
I also have an idea. If we were to open up trading to outside groups, I think the safest place for us to do that would be in the car park. If we can clear it of the other automotive parts and strip them first, it's a complete open expanse that has a stable ground and pathways leading directly out, but our entrance is obscured.
Where is this car park?
It's a short walk out from the front.
That's far too close. We do not want to be bringing people to us.
Yes, but it's a large open space, and if we were in a position to open that up, that could be an option. That would mean we don't have to go too far, but we're still defensible. It would give enough time and enough leeway, because they'd have to come back through the scrub and the waterfall in order to get to us.
And if the Arcadians showed up in force?
We would
The
have
last
more
bunker
time.
didn't stop them.
We would have more time.
They were better defended,
They were directly in their attic.
perhaps.
Ashton walks in and he whispers in Ella's ear. Sounds like it would take a full day to de-encrypt all that security information and catalogue it. I think it might be time for you all to get properly patched up and rested, recovered. We will have to think about, unless there's more we need to know. Is water, is there food?
Well, there's worm rats.
They're huge. They're taller than a man out there.
Above the other bunker, they seem to be successfully growing crops too.
On the surface.
Interesting.
There was a grains crop, cereal. They had a large section of it growing, and they didn't have to require hydroponics.
Although we have an abundance of water just out the front. From what I've read up on gardening and growing, that should be more than enough to get us started even inside the bunker.
Nice. Well, very impressive, all of you. And, I'm sorry you were hurt. This is a fascinating information. We'll start giving it some thought, and then we'll watch this footage.
One more thing. I don't know exactly what it means, but there was monsters out there, is the closest I could describe them. Giant reptilian beasts, taller than men.
They use them like carts. They use them to transport things, and they would ride them. But they were absolutely huge. They were larger even than the worm rats that we saw.
Multiple times the size.
It was terrifying, but it was almost like they were almost domesticated.
Well, they weren't attacking the people leading them anyway, and they didn't attack us on sight.
No.
But worth noting, they could be dangerous.
That is interesting. Is there anything else?
The sky sometimes falls.
Sorry, what?
It's like the waterfall. Water comes down from above.
But it comes out of nowhere, and it sounds like an electrical discharge at the same time. It's terrifying.
Apparently she does not know what a thunderstorm is. Okay.
Oh, one more thing. We didn't get that far, but in the city centre it seemed there was a building with what looked like circuitry on it. Seemed the best maintained of any we'd seen. Certainly worth noting and investigating.
Very well. Try to keep this quiet. I know people will ask you all sorts of questions. It's sad, but if people ask, perhaps play up the dangers and play down the resources. We've already had a number of people try to get out. Fortunately...
The man.
What man?
As we were coming back, there was a man that followed us and takes out this yellow sash. He left this. He also had a Bolton rifle.
Takes the marking of a criminal from the bunker.
We have no
That
idea.
is concerning.
We have no idea who he was or how he left, but he followed us for a while until we spotted him, and then he ran.
Ashton steps forward and says, I'll run an audit, man. We'll make sure. We'll see if this is a coincidence or if there's people missing.
Other than the doors, is there any other way out?
They all sort of look around at each other, and Scott eventually sort of leans forward and goes, we do get worm rats in. It's not like, I mean, you can dig through soil, you can dig through rock. But no, we're not aware of anything. We block up anything we find.
Perhaps there's one unfound. Or perhaps it was too late.
And then also says, yes, so just be cautious. We had a number of people think that with the doors open, any life on the surface is better than down here. Nothing came of it, don't worry, Sam. But yes, we did have to increase a guard presence up there. So hopefully the promise of being able to open the doors one day soon in a controlled way will be enough. For now, dismissed.
Perhaps, before we go, perhaps we failed our mission for now. Perhaps we just escaped and tried to push forward and couldn't. It was too dangerous out there. There's no need to have other people believing it's a good idea to leave. Not for now, anyway.
I wouldn't go that far. The state of the bunker, especially for the older residents, is starting to become very clear. If people think there's no hope,
It could become worse.
it's a fine line.
Perhaps Jones would make a good example. No offense, Jones.
What?
Black arm. It's being stitched up.
Of the dangers of the surface. This may also serve as a warning.
Just be cautious who you talk to and how much you say. I think for now the unknown might be better. That's it. We have a lot to discuss. You have some much deserved rest. And we'll contact you once we watch this footage.
Understood.
So you're scored out and essentially left to your own devices.
I head straight to Midway.
Alright. So there's the one nearby that Letty was in. This is probably the best nearbyest one.
Oh, is Letty still in bed?
No.
Oh, she's gone now. Hopefully that means she's okay.
She must have got the good doctor too.
Hopefully.
There's like 1,000 something people in here. When you say the good doctor, that's like flip of the coin, one or the other.
Look, as
I
long as
said the
she's
good
not
doctor,
dead.
I was meaning the one of the two.
Yeah.
The other one's horrible.
Downgrade 2 of your lethal to bashing.
Razor.
Alright. So you guys have 24 hours. He's getting patched up for the next couple hours.
I am going to go back to my room and take a nap in a nice, safe bed.
Yep. You are escorted by security
That makes sense.
at a discreet distance, but a couple times you see that people come up to speak to you and then they get sort of looked off by the security.
I go straight home.
Yes. You get home. Sarah and Isabel are incredibly happy to see you. Lots of hugs, kisses. Sarah's, thank goodness you're home. Worried I'd never see you again.
I was at some points too. It's livable up there, not safe yet.
Well, things are a little bit more comfortable down here. That Lieutenant Walker, he got us some more soil for the strawberries, and some of the lads came over and read to Isabel, and it's all very nice. So
Yes,
thank them for me.
I will. Isabel, I found something for you. I packed down and started sifting through it by the block. This was from the surface.
Takes it in a small little hand and can't believe it's like you've just gone, and this is from the Arthurian kingdom. It's like
A relic of times beyond.
she takes it, she's very careful of it.
Now keep that secret. Don't even tell your friends, okay?
Of course not. So she puts it up next to the strawberries. Sort of almost on display more so than a toy. Yeah, basically.
Sarah, I believe we'll be asked to go back out shortly. This could be my job from now. Are you going to be okay?
I should be, yes.
I'll speak to Graham. I'll make sure he stops in on you regularly.
Oh, thank you.
Lieutenant Walker will as well.
Good. I'd appreciate that. They're all very nice.
I know you get along with them. And feel safe with them, more importantly.
Yes. So that's that. You're asleep, you're patched up. Once you're patched up,
I will take all my stuff home and I will start screening it around my room, under the floorboards and the bed and the vents.
yes, you do.
You sure do love that event.
And then I pass out from shock and stress.
Took a while to get there.
Time passes. You will lose 1 lethal damage if you have lethal damage,
I'm gonna keep the sunburn for a little while longer.
and if you have bashing, it's all gone now as well.
You're going to keep the sunburn.
I
Don't
keep-
take my sunburn away.
I'm keeping the sunburn until it narratively makes sense that it is finally healed. I am Ginger.
You wake up and you've got pastry flakes all in your bed.
What's this? I wasn't warned about this.
After a while, I'm assuming.
You'll eventually wake up. You're still on your body clock's still set to fairly standard time.
I couldn't sleep, so after my wife and daughter fall asleep, I sort of make my way through the corridors. I stop at one, putting my hand on the door briefly before moving on, and go to the speakeasy, where I look for Graham, before realising it's not his shift.
People welcome you, and some of the security, like off-duty security, more friendly than they've ever been in the past, and they offer to buy you, a drink or 2 or 3 if you're so inclined.
Water would be great, thank you.
So they get you this glass of slightly transparent muck water. Like they give you a glass of very nice water, like top shelf water.
Compared to the surface, it's not that great anymore.
No. It's like old Adelaide water before it got improved.
Ooh.
Worse. It's got that nice chlorine.
Bit of tang.
Yeah. But they give you a glass. Nice object. And of water. The bartender sort of fills it up to the top. They start asking you questions essentially. What's it like up there? Are people dangerous?
I very selectively filled them in. It is dangerous. We were attacked twice in the time we were out there, and that was trying to stay hidden. And I pull out my canteen and ask for another glass, and fill it up with clean water and put it down. But there are reasons that we need to start looking outside the bunker. We have to do it safely.
And they sort of pass it around, have a sip each. They're all incredibly amazed at not just the cleanliness of the water, but like how clean it is, how it cleans out their own senses.
How refreshing.
Yeah. So that as they start to ask specifics about, okay, what kind of guns, numbers, attack patterns,
I go into some detail about the more dangerous things, about laser weapons that cut a man in half with one strike. About
There's a certain amount of, you've seen one be used. Because one of the, when you came in, one of the power armor had a laser rifle, isn't it?
Everyone gets the hots for Daryl. We're now gonna have to fight.
Do you mention Daryl?
Like everyone. No, I do not mention Daryl at this point.
No, he's ours.
He's my little secret.
Our secret. I get the dog.
Speaking of, what happened to the CB?
The CB.
Oh, the radio.
Yeah.
I put it back in my pack.
Oh, I thought I had it.
Which one?
The bunker one.
I would have had that back in when we came in, I assume.
Oh, I thought I had that, and I would have done the same thing regardless.
Yeah.
Unless you mention it, they wouldn't have specifically asked for it.
We would have handed it back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sort of like coming in and handing a gear at the end of a shift for security.
Whichever one of us had it, we handed it in.
Sure. Let's hand it over. That's your night. For basically, people are happy to keep on buying you water with the offer of something stronger. The glass doesn't get fully drunk. It's like there's almost an unspoken agreement to like leave a bit of the evidence. And every time someone new comes in, they're like, that sort of gets put on the shelf.
That's real top shelf.
Yeah.
The display water.
Yes. So yeah, you wake up like that, sort of still quite red.
Clean myself, get ready for shift, and time to go bitch and salt with the admin girls.
So here's a question. Are you so pale and ginger that on being burnt, you're the kind that doesn't get freckles, or that you're going to have a lot of freckles?
That's a good question. I didn't think about that.
Roll for it.
Yeah, let's...
Roll for freckles.
If it's an even number, freckles. If it's an odd number, no freckles. It's a 5, no freckles.
So you're going like that
Just
every
super
time.
beetroot.
Lobster, peeling, plain, blank white again.
Okay, so you go and find Betty and Callie.
I totally didn't name her admin friends after my best friend's cats.
Good. That'd be weird.
I know, right? It'd be totally
Yeah.
weird. Totally weird.
So where do you meet them? At their desks, I assume, if it's morning?
Yes.
So you come in and...
Peeling and red. But still like trying to look all neat and tidy, just like, ow, discomfort.
So surprisingly, Callie doesn't, like, you know, she's cool, calm and collected, and she sort of just... She's sort of like, But, Betty's like, and she comes over and she's like, what's this, and grabs you. Sorry.
Don't touch it. It hurts to touch.
Tell us everything.
Oh. The surface is so weird. Ugh. The people are so weird. Like, we got attacked twice while we were up there. Like, people tried to kill us.
You kill anyone?
No! Lucas did, though.
Lucas?
I know! Like, how even?
Who's Lucas?
The logistics guy.
Oh,
doesn't talk much.
Yeah, Jones, yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't talk much.
Yeah.
He knows how to fire a shotgun, if you know what I'm saying.
Really? You got lucky?
No!
Oh,
Like, he actually killed someone with a shotgun.
wow. What do they teach people logistics?
I don't know! I mean, it's not like he hasn't killed people before, but this was terrifying.
Yeah. Wow. Did you get shot or anything? You're on, look a bit...
I avoided getting shot. So the sun produces radiation.
Okay.
So this is like a radiation burn from the sky.
What?
It's so crazy. It makes no sense. It's not contagious.
Are you gonna die?
I don't know.
That's good. I mean, it's... Oh. If you knew it would be bad, because then you'd know that you're gonna die. No, sorry.
It's okay, but it's... I get that it's terrifying. I don't know when it's gonna stop. But my skin is like peeling and
Yeah.
it hurts to touch.
Hopefully it's exfoliating.
I hope so. I don't think so, but I hope so.
Okay.
So you know how, like, sometimes the worm rats get in?
Yeah. So here.
Yeah. So we're here. They're huge on the surface. They're, like, bigger than a person.
Like, neither of them have seen a worm rat in person beyond, like, on the barbecue.
So like, you know how the ones you know how the ones that totally don't come in but get put into the rations, and they're like that big?
Yeah.
Now imagine one that tall.
Wow. We might not have to stop. Maybe we can stop, like, blending people in with it.
I know, like if we can cut the deceased with, like, giant worm rats, we could have so much better quality rations.
Wow. That's pretty impressive. So, if there's people on the surface, any of them cute?
There was one.
Was he shooting at her? Him, her?
He wasn't shooting at us, but he helped us. He had this laser rifle. It practically, like, cut this guy in two.
I'm sorry, for character. Go on.
He has a dog.
Like, guard dog.
It was like this big, and like, it was a German Shepherd, right?
Yeah.
And like, there's 2 shades of brown and black, and it was apparently a girl, and like, she knew us. She was really nice as a dog. Oh, you should have seen him. Oh, if you know what I'm saying.
Hey, you're blushing. Oh no.
No, that's the radiation
That's
burn.
Underneath that.
You can't blush if you're covered in sunburn.
So you just try
Yeah.
to get as much information as possible.
But still trying to be, like, kind of cagey with it. Like, don't say any details too much. Just, like, the worm rats. Don't mention Daryl's name, but mention about the guy. And also don't mention inside the bunker.
Don't mention the mass murders.
Don't mention the mass murders, but also mention that sometimes the sky falls down and it's terrifying.
That's just too much.
Yeah, too much. Doesn't make sense.
They're clearly impressed, but they're talking about things
But
they can relate to.
it doesn't make sense.
Betty's more interested in the food. That's a bit more along her lines of account keeping for the rations and stuff like that. So she's a little bit concerned that administration might lose a bit of control over that. But apart from that, they just gossip on. You're feeling better?
I pull out the power helmet I took from the bunker and I start trying to build an air filter into it.
Well, there's an air filter on it. It's more about
Fixing it.
powering it, because it takes the normal power from, like, the torso piece.
Yeah.
So if you can get a decent power supply and attach it to it and you can build it directly,
I go to...
you'll still have a very heavy thick metal helmet on your head.
Yeah.
But
Can
you'll
I
be able to
take
breathe.
just the respirator out?
I'd say not, because it's designed to be, like, hermetically sealed.
No.
So it's not like it's a rebreathe or anything like that. It's part of the helmet.
Can I take metal off the helmet?
You could. Don't know how much effectiveness you'd get, but you'd get some.
Yeah. And any, like, parts that connect to the rest of the suit. So it's like...
Yep. So that's your project. It's going to be ints and crafts. There'll be a -2. You're using the logistics, like, tech center, essentially.
Yes.
Alright. Stick with -2 then.
Yeah. And I'll use willpower.
This is going to be an ongoing task, so about how long will it take you?
Oh my god.
About 10 seconds.
There's 3 rerolls in there.
3. 4.
Yeah, you have 4 successes.
Yeah.
Alright, so you'll probably finish it the next time. So take a couple of hours. A lot of people see you working on it. You're getting a little bit more respect, and in the sense of like you hear the word sort of going around. It's like apparently Lucas has found like all these cars that we can strip and other things like that. So your status for logistics goes from 1 to 2, which under merits, which puts you equal to everyone else.
But we got the win.
No,
Aww.
he's just not a complete pariah anymore.
I ignore all of them while
Yeah.
I'm working.
To be fair, he did accidentally mass murder.
The entire leadership structure of logistics.
Exactly.
That's
Accidentally.
one way to get to the top.
Yes.
Promoted!
So you work on this. Yeah, you strip off like a lot of the protection is lost. You try to keep any special features in it, like there would be like night vision in the eyes and stuff like
That's
that.
all crap about yeah, I'll try and keep night vision.
Yeah. So it comes down to the point of you just need a power source for it.
I will look in the spare parts. See if it's trying to run up.
No.
No. Could I run it
Everything like that is being used.
Can I run it off my torch battery?
You could run it off a torch battery.
Wouldn't last very long.
Yeah, it probably wouldn't last too long, but it'd give you more than no use.
Can I find an extra clip of ammo for one of the energy rifles?
No, because they use the hyper batteries. They're the things that actually power armor. Down here, because you guys, it is a struggle to recharge them. They're just they're like super good batteries. Yeah, they're a limited resource that limits how many suits of power armor can be used at once.
Yeah.
They're not easy to come across without a damn good reason.
No. I'll just look for them.
We forgot to tell the people about solar panels and on the Hulk.
I'm sure they'll work it out as they go through the files.
Yeah, but we only heard about it from Daryl. I don't know.
Doing anything else?
Do you mean my Daryl?
Yes, I'll work my shift. I'm done.
You basically said you're injured from the surface. You don't need to.
Alright, then I will go grab some sort of prodding tool and I'll try and get like a charge battery so I can charge it, make it shock.
There are shock battens. Security has access to them.
I'll just try and call me one of them then.
Alright, yeah, roll status. Roll status bunker, which is...
I'm just gonna say it's for troubleshooting.
yeah, it says status bunker, which is 1 dice.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
2 successes.
So he rolls 1 dice and got 2 successes, which were 2 rerolls. Yes. You're the hero of the hour, or one of them. And you just walk down and woman there, what's her name?
Okay.
She is a pre-named character.
I'm gonna get to work and my shock pattern's just not gonna be there. Like, excuse me, where is it?
Not your shock batten.
Your dice hate you enough that they love him.
Correct.
You need to get your own dice eventually.
No, don't. We'll all die.
I was gonna order some, but his dice work so much better.
Okay. Why don't I have this person's name? Very well. Dawn. You go and see Dawn, who is the requisitions officer, and she's very excited that you're outside. And you ask her, what do you ask her?
I require a shock baton for research outside the bunker during troubleshooting missions.
Ooh, research. You clearly have interacted with her before, because she likes to tinker. And she wanders off. And you hear like some noises and lockers opening and closing. She comes back with a baton, has like a battery pack attached to it. It's basically like a hand grip, but it's a telescopic baton. You can slide it out, and then there's like a prong on the front as well. That looks like it's an aftermarket edition. She sort of shows you how to operate it and slide it back in without shocking yourself. Says, I've modified this. Good luck.
Thank you.
Tell me, I'm only leaving it to you this on one condition, because it's not a normal one. Tell me what happens.
Okay.
Yes. They wouldn't let me test it here. We never had this conversation. That was a random one I gave you.
What time of day is it?
It's probably about prime 4.
Alright. What time do the drunks stop more out of the sleep easy?
About 3 to 4 hours after the shift ends.
Alright, so I wait till that time, and then I go down and I found one passed out, and I shot him.
Okay,
I make sure no one's looking though.
Roll initiative.
is that passed out? There's no point.
Shocks him back to wake.
How do you shock him?
I turn on, I put it out, and I jab him in the leg.
Okay, so,
like-
so you don't go to hit him with it, you go to just stab him with it.
Well, it's got prongs in it.
Yeah, but you can still smack someone with it.
Yeah, there's like a metal wire down as well. You might be able to do both.
Nah, I'm just stabbing first.
Okay.
Guess his status is about to disappear.
But my status is 0.
You just go. You see him just have a brief moment of consciousness before he passes out again, and like, all his muscles go limp.
Oh.
And stain starts at the front of his pants in the back.
Oh.
And he's just like,
I take notes.
yes.
And then I make sure he's alive.
I was about to say,
Make a medicine
yeah.
check.
Oh no.
Actually, that's not necessary. He's twitching enough in some sort of unconscious pain that you know he's alive.
Alright. I make a copy of my notes and I drop them off to the door at the logistics and I go back to my room. Can I charge the helmet with the battery from this?
Probably not.
Okay.
It'd be different types of power.
I hide it somewhere in my room.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it just goes down to some. Yeah, it's easy to do. I mean, we've already come to the realization that you just have built many hidey holes in your apartment.
Yeah.
On the
Everyone
plus
looks
side,
immense.
on the plus side, a new weapon for the next time we're above.
Possibly.
Alright, so while he's doing that, you guys up to anything?
I would go back and report for my extra long shift when I'm back.
Similarly, you're told just rest and recover.
I would insist and say I'm fine and I can work.
There's a lot of that in security, and people are just like, okay. You're basically given pretty light duties, left to kind of your own devices. They're kind of resting you even though you don't ask for it.
Forcing me to rest whether I like it or not.
Yeah.
We need you to check that chair for structural stability.
Yeah.
Give it 3 hours.
Basically. Well, it's sort of like, they're okay, but we didn't put you on the roster, so just do what you think is
I'm
best.
not covered by insurance, I get it.
Yeah. No work coming for you. So you're just gonna
Yeah.
do anything in particular?
I'm going to see if Graham's on duty at this point.
It's Graham Taylor?
Sure.
That's your sergeant?
No, this
No,
is
sorry, your
my
lieutenant?
friend. He's the sergeant that trained me.
Yes, that Graham.
Too many Grahams.
No, it's just,
The other one wasn't Graham.
yeah, it's Lieutenant Taylor. Okay.
I made his name up.
You go, and let's see what shift he's on. He's on prime shift.
Which means he's actively working.
He's actively working, yes.
Okay.
He has a desk job now. Nothing too complicated, but just sort of, overseeing reports, things like that, collation of current crime trends.
So I've been,
He's sort of got it, he's old, he's lived a hard life, just as everyone in the bunker has, but he can't exactly chase down people anymore.
let's walk in as well. Sergeant,
Sergeant?
look around, make sure there's no one else here. I sit down and I just start telling him everything.
He's a bit in shock, but
Yeah.
He doesn't show up too much. He's seen enough.
That's how to keep his poker face.
Yeah.
From him, I spent no detail. I told him everything.
I rolled a 1 before. So there is some contention because you're in security headquarters that apparently there is a murder. Let me see what faction they are from. A murder of someone from logistics. And so some security guards just go out and look at it.
Murder.
Things are getting a bit more chaotic here.
Well, I'm on shift of do whatever Sam wants. I'm going to go have a look.
Sure.
Okay,
Just follow them. You follow like a couple of constables. They're sort of happy to have a sergeant along. Again, they try to chat you up for information. That seems what everyone's doing.
Keep your mind on the job. Worry about that later. We've got a murder to solve.
You certainly do. So you head through these corridors, deeper down into just the, well, actually probably up into the general barracks area. Where there's some speakeasies, and yeah, eventually you find an area where there's a couple of just security officers keeping everyone clear. You walk up, and there's a guy lying on the edge who looks just dead.
Are his pants soiled?
Yes.
I'm going
There was a 1 in 10 chance of that happening.
to just kneel next to him and check for a pulse.
No. You see there's also like basically one of the EMTs there. There's not a huge amount of EMTs, but there is one there. So it says, Sergeant, yeah, strange one, this one. We're trying to work out what happened, but sort of gestures. You see like there's a slight burn mark on the pants. Like, you pull it down slightly and there's just like a burn mark on the leg. So,
Do you know what could have caused this?
looks like an electricity burn, but there's no junction boxes or anything around here.
Do you mind if I take a look?
Sure, go for it.
I've seen marks like this, like you said, breakers or stun patterns, but never this severe.
Well, no, they're all limited.
Any other evidence?
None. This is during shift change, a fairly busy corridor, but beyond that, no, couldn't find anything.
Is there anyone that lives here that's just coming off shift?
Call everyone security officers. We have just started doing a knock around. There's people who were off a few hours ago, but no one seemed to have heard anything. You can see that there are still people doing a knock around.
I turn to the constables. Take statements. Anyone that could have been in the area.
So
Turn to another one. Knock on doors. See if anyone was coming back at the time.
they continue doing that.
And I'll stay there. Continue to just sort of oversee.
Yep. I eventually, you don't find any evidence. Like, they don't come back and it's like, no one's seen anything. It's a bit concerning, there's no noise or anything like that.
Are we sure this is a murder?
Well, it's definitely suspicious. We treat suspicious things, suspicious deaths as murder. It's like, I have no idea what would have caused this. We've tried to get a work report to see if this... No. I have tried to get a work report to see if this might have been a pre-existing injury. But no, that looks like there's no healing on that. It's
I
fresh.
can smell it. We'll keep working. We will find them and bring them to justice.
Yes. No, it's good. They just continue to look around and get the person's ID. And
Yeah.
eventually they'll do the whole thing where they ask all their acquaintances and everything. But because it was entirely random, it's like,
This isn't your first random murder radio.
if you're gonna kill someone, do it randomly. Yeah, it's a spot where a drunk's just laid down to pass out. Like,
Do you know what the funniest thing is?
And woke up
Alexa's
dead.
been the first person I'd asked to come and have a look.
oh!
But I'll let security do their job first.
Yeah. Eventually, you three are found and asked to head back up to Ella's office.
Can I put anything
about
interesting,
this murder?
Jones?
Have you lurked around the scene of your
No,
stun
but I
battle?
assume murders are quite rare in the bunker.
Yes.
Alright, so have
Well, you've heard about a suspicious death.
I go back to my room and I study the baton, then I dismantle it.
Yes. It looks like it's just really overcharged. Roll in medicine -3.
Like, I'm not gonna lie, out again, that's probably something we want.
Yeah, for the surface. Put it back like that for the surface.
No.
It didn't succeed.
You know electricity can behave weird, but
What's that? Giant worm rat? Boop.
yeah, you know electricity sometimes behaves weird, but I mean this thing, but you've never really taken apart a shot baton before, so.
Oh, I leave the shock baton intact. I just take everything off of it that makes it look special. So it's
Okay.
a normal shock baton.
You probably don't have too much familiarity with a standard shot baton. So,
Or apparently
I took out the
another
prongs. That's what I take out.
fair enough. Yeah, so yeah.
Put the prongs back on for the surface.
Okay, so eventually, yeah, you guys get summoned. You're a little bit late. But eventually you'll meet up and invite into Ella's office. And you can just see that clearly, you can just look in their faces, there's that shock of,
They saw
oh
it.
boy. And there's sort of a very somber mood. Thank you for retrieving those security crystals.
Of course.
It's quite horrific.
I look at Skye. Yes, hard to watch.
But we need more information. And honestly, we're at a bit of loss where to proceed. You guys have been up to the surface.
The man we told you about. Perhaps he could tell us more. I don't know how I feel about bringing him back here, but
If we could liaise with him on the surface, away from here first, though.
Which man?
we
Daryl.
told them about Daryl before.
Yeah. Okay, I didn't know if you'd met that one or the potential criminal.
Oh,
No,
but we
we,
could take care of him on the surface too.
no, we meant Daryl for liaising.
Okay. Very well. Yeah, we need more information and we need more of everything. We're going to start organising other teams such as yourself, but really, what do you think is the priority up there?
We need to build relationships,
Parts and relationships.
and we have the equipment here to trade. No one else has things of this quality, especially weapons.
No, they really love weapons on the surface. Anything that looks in good nick or that you can repair better than they can do up there, they'll go mad for it.
Which means they'll either trade for what we need or kill us.
So we have to look like the stronger man.
Lucas?
I think we should just focus on the bunker and collect supplies from them slowly as we move out.
Parts and liaising.
That's on liaising. Very well. You'll be pathfinding team 1. You will head out again when you are ready, the next day or two, hopefully. And you will speak with the voice of the bunker. Do what you need to do. Basically it.
I think it's best they not know where we're from to start with.
if need be, though, you do. Can you pretend to be from somewhere close but different?
Perhaps we don't know much about the surface, but we certainly don't look like them. I sort of indicate to Skye's very pale skin.
No, they're much darker on the surface. We very
Obviously the
apparent.
radiation has
Yes.
changed them.
Makes them more violent.
Oh, some of them.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, like, there are people in this bunker who are naturally darker skinned, so, but yeah, they got what you mean. Because it's still
skin
like,
and wrinkled and like leathered skin with lots of wrinkles.
Yeah.
and people have
Yeah, like there are people in the bunker that have more melanin,
yeah,
but they don't have like sunburn wrinkles and like
yeah.
possible melanoma and things like that.
This is future Australia.
And
It's
no
a-
one's got freckles.
It's future Australia. It's a very mixed bunker, but yeah. But so yeah, they get what you mean. And okay then, when do you think you'll be able to head out again?
Right away, if need be.
As soon as possible.
I would appreciate something to cover my skin.
Such as?
Some sort of covering I could wear.
Perhaps a blanket.
Something like that, but I wouldn't have to use my hands. Something that could protect my face. Because this really hurts.
Or what about a welding mask?
That would touch my face.
Oh, it will sit off of your face.
Something will touch my face.
The band around the top will.
Yes, that will hurt. The band at the top will touch here. That will hurt. I'd like something that would sit maybe here but could provide cover. Because they live underground, why would you need a hat?
Yes. Ella just opens up a desk drawer and she pulls out like a thick sack of like ration booklets. Just goes, go to the market, make it a rush job, tell people what you want.
Yes, ma'am.
Same for the rest of you.
Oh, Daryl. He had that strange thing on his head with what looked like there's a wood hanging off of it.
He did not have a corked hat. He had an Akubra, not a corked hat.
I choose to believe.
No. It's important that he does not have a corked hat.
Yeah,
did not have wooden
it
things
would
hanging
not
off
be
it.
as stealthy to have corked hat. Yeah, he had that thing and it didn't touch
It's been
his
made of
skin.
fabric, I think.
Yes, I can describe it and get them to make something like that for
When
me.
he was in the sun, it did look like he was darker from it.
Yes, shaded. Something like that would work.
Did we all give him ration booklets?
Nope.
I did.
She got given a lot.
One last thing. The audit on the prisoners. Was it done yet?
She looks over at Ashton. I'm still confirming numbers.
How long do you think it would take, sir?
It depends how thorough you want it. But I haven't come across any abnormalities yet.
I would prefer to know before I head back out.
You know how security can be when administration asks questions.
Surely Walker can get around this.
Exactly. I'm sure he can.
Understood, sir.
So he looks over at Walker and Walker's like, yeah. Winter looks at you and goes, if you need things to trade, let us know. If you can think of anything in particular. What kind?
Perhaps one of the large ones that power the power on.
Hyper battery? No. Make a persuasion. Manipulation persuasion.
You are not good at this.
Yeah, and it's going to be -4.
Am I using it?
Yeah, but you're on your chance dice. I already know
Like,
it.
you have one dot in it, but you're on a chance die. Nope.
Nope.
Because you have to subtract her composure, which is one of her high skills.
Roll your dice.
She's. Afraid we can't spare any of them. Not yet. If you give me a specific reason, we can have this discussion again. But I can get you some other batteries if you want.
Yes.
If they're a thing people use.
They appear to me.
In research and development of weapons, Have we been working on anything with non-standard munitions?
Scott sort of goes, what do you mean by non-standard?
It means if I trade someone a gun, they can't put one of their bullets in it and shoot me. If so, we could potentially have a supply and demand.
You're saying create an entirely unique set of armaments keyed to a particular caliber that only we produce?
Yes.
I like the way you think, Bolton. It can be done. It'll take a while to be done, but it can be done.
Perhaps a prototype to start with, so we can show them what it's capable of.
Prototype. Yes. What kind of prototype do you want?
What do you think? Jones? Waters?
They like something big. I wouldn't posit something like a laser rifle, but something perhaps like a shotgun.
But make it look new, or as new as you can.
I have ideas. He leaves. It's like mid-meeting.
Also, I thought about this while asleep, and I realised I forgot to mention it. Daryl mentioned something on this giant mass of parts that are assembled on the water at something he called a port on the Hulk. There are apparently these things called solar panels. It allows you to take energy directly from the sun and charge batteries.
We've heard of these.
Yes.
We were looking into these a few years ago on the assumption that we might be able to go on.
There might be some there that we might be able to find a way to get, either to trade for or to earn or something, or even perhaps even learn to craft ourselves. That might also be a solution to some of the battery recharging problems.
We've looked at the... She goes and she gets like a map and puts it down of like the local area. She goes, looks like if you... This is where we are, and this is where you travelled, up the river. But if you go up rather than south from where we are, head to the highest point of land in the area. This old map says that there are structures on top of that we were looking at a few years of potentially sneaking some people up there to put solar panels up there. But then we realised we didn't have the resources or really the know-how to make them. But it was an idea that we looked into very briefly.
Apparently they do exist, so a future endeavour could be to liaise and find a way to obtain some of these solar panels. And that project might be able to work again in the future.
That'd be good.
Maybe one would be enough if our engineers are up to the task.
It depends how much energy they gather. I don't know how many they require.
Well, one is enough to understand
Test
how it works, hopefully, and build our own, potentially.
If this bunker you're in has enough fuel for our generator, we can stop rationing, or at least lessen our rations as well.
They did have their own generator inside. At the very least, we might be able to take some of their supplies or their fuel. We'll have to see what we can do.
There are a lot of items of great use there, but
Not
very large and hard to get back here.
Not that we could carry ourselves. We'd either need some sort of carrying system that can carry large weights, or we'd have to have multiple people go through.
But we'd also have the risk of people seeing us and where we return to.
Yeah. We can start small, gather small things and bring those back that we can, and catalogue the larger things so that we can send out planned missions for them.
Once we know it's a bit more safe,
Yes.
we might be able to send small groups and teams to start bringing things back in bulk. There are plenty of people who want to be outside. I'm sure they won't mind lugging some things around.
Is there anything else you need from me for now?
Not particularly, no.
Lieutenant, Can we perhaps have a look at this missing person? Could be the biggest threat we face.
If the chief administrator is happy to do it right now, then I'm happy to.
There's information about our bunker out there, and who knows who's hearing the information.
Very well. Let's look. So those two start heading off with you.
I want to get my hat.
Okay, so you head down to the large bartering market.
I follow her.
Yeah. No.
I want a mission for my hat. I'm going to hide all of the extra ration packs so that it's a bartering as needed, not show my whole hand at first.
I want a hat. Have a good year.
I want to make this specific thing with these specific measurements in this design, and none of us have ever even thought about this for many generations. So, to the market.
Yes.
Waters, perhaps you should give me some ration cards, and I can go procure some items that we may need out there.
Yes, you're right. How many did we get?
Well, I'm not going to give a specific amount.
Okay. In that case, if I gave him, say, 10?
Yeah.
10.
There's just one ration per card.
No, it's like that's basically 10 weeks of food.
Alright, I'll print it in my fashion and just go to logistics and pick up some supplies.
Sure. Okay.
I
so
assume that I got a lot of them. So I figured 10 is a good
probably get
guess,
about a quarter away.
which is fine in my opinion.
I figured that would be about how much Skye would give.
To the market.
So you're in the market. There's plenty of people around. You probably have someone you deal with for fashion, being, and it's a very relative term, one of the more fashionable peoples in the bunker.
Gotta look neat and proper.
You deal with Toby, the tailor.
Good alliteration there. Hey Toby!
Skye.
So I have what might be an odd request.
I mean, tell me it's covering up hideous skin.
It will help with that.
It doesn't look good.
It hurts a lot too. On the surface, the sun causes radiation burns. I've got an idea for something that will help stop it or reduce it or something to not make it this bad.
Mm-hmm.
But I need someone to make it for me. Exactly.
Tell me this idea.
So, I'm thinking some sort of dome that just sits over the hair, but then has fabric that protrudes outwards, but holds itself in place, and it would provide a shield from the radiation.
I mean, let's see if I start sketching some things down. I can probably do that. Don't know what material I have in stock though.
What kind of price are we looking at to make it quick?
He names a high price. I haven't worked out the ration to fabric ratio in the bunker.
I'm gonna go a number 2/3 of that.
We'll just roll manipulation, persuasion.
Cool.
For hat bartering.
The hat buttering.
Hat buttering.
You have to shout hat butter as you roll. Come on.
Hat butter. Butter, hat butter.
2 successes.
You end up about exactly halfway between the two prices you said, because I got 2 successes as well.
Perfect. I was actually hoping that would be about right, because that's how bartering rules work.
Actually, I have it ready for you in a few hours. Maybe 4, maybe 5. I'll prioritize it ahead of everything.
Good.
One of my creations going outside. Ha.
Sense of pride. Hands over the rations.
You see, he sort of starts looking around to see what fabrics are available, which is like basically none. So what were you doing in logistics?
I went and pick up supplies.
Anything in particular?
No, just supplies I can trade.
Okay. So you just pick up. What do you consider, or what does Lucas consider worth having to trade? So it does make a difference.
I'll get some gears. How do we have a lot of like flashlight batteries?
No. Batteries are more complicated because they have like chemicals and stuff inside.
I guess I'll just get gears and maybe some tools. Like nothing great tools, but like spanners and stuff
Sort
like
of
that.
like worked metal.
Yeah.
Like detailed worked metal.
The kind of janky stuff that people don't really like using, but would go well on the surface.
Yeah. Nothing like top notch that we use that's mechanical, but like all the handwork stuff that we have that's in there.
Yep. That's totally possible. You do that.
Yeah. And then I just head back up.
So
But I stopped by my house and I hide all my
The
ration
good
cards.
stuff.
yeah, you hide your rations. Sam?
So I'm making my way with Lieutenant Walker to investigate.
You head down to, well, actually, it's part of the security barracks. There's not, people get locked up for maybe only a few days at a time. It's typically more house arrest work, work release kind of things. There is a death penalty here, although it's incredibly rare, because there's certain, they can't afford to lock someone up for 4 years if you won't play ball on the hard labour. People don't like doing it, but you know, you often have no choice. But yes, you head inside, and there is a desk sergeant there.
Just on the way down, I'll say, Lieutenant, thank you for what you did for Sarah and Isabel.
No, it's not a problem. Sort of quieter. It's. Thank you for not mentioning things about what you're up to.
Of course.
But, yeah, so don't exactly know what the chief admin's looking for.
Hopefully we'll find it either way.
So you walk inside, and the desk sergeant isn't surprised to see Ashton, but he is a bit veiled too. So Ashton just steps forward and says, alright, give me the paperwork again. I've got people with security from you here now. Any pay for thing that needs to be signed off, they can sign off. Starts getting paperwork, and he just puts down like a stack of papers and starts going, no. You gonna assist in any way?
I'll say, can we move this along? This is important.
Actually, I'm gonna blur it out. This is something he cares about. Paperwork.
His favourite.
I mean, there was an extra success in there, so it was kind of worth it.
He flicks over it all and says, doesn't need to be anyone missing. So he points at one section and goes, tell me more about these people. He points to a list, and you can see there's just a whole section which is just basically killed in action, killed in action, killed in action, killed in action, killed in action. The desk sergeant says, yes, quite unfortunate. They were extending the barrows and there was a large cave-in.
How many are there on the list?
6.
Pull their files for me.
Please.
Sorry, am I talking to the desk cop or?
No, you're talking to Ashton. He's
Oh
got
yes,
stuff in
sir. Would you please pull them for me?
And then he looks at the sergeant, who goes and does it. Who's already starting to when you...
Yeah, no, if it's Ashton I'm speaking to, I'm super polite. It's the desk cop. I'm like, come on, let's go.
Come on, Bonnie. We got this.
So he comes back, the 6 files. You know that they're not, like, there's no backup double, triplicate or anything like that. These are just the files. Puts them down in front of you.
I'll take these for a little while. Get Waters to duplicate them.
Of course, just be cautious of confidentiality.
Of course.
I will keep looking through all this if you wish to do that. Lieutenant Walker, you can stay here. He's like...
Thank you for the help. I appreciate it.
He keeps going through the notes.
I might put them together and tuck them under my armour. And...
Yep. Did you look at them and anything as you go?
No, I'm going to take them straight to Skye to duplicate them.
Where are you?
I'm probably in my office. I figure if I did the hack just before my shift started, it'll be perfectly done by the time I'm done.
So you find Skye at her sort of open plan desk area in like the larger office.
Waters,
Sam?
I need you to do me a favour.
Sure?
Pull the files out from the desk. I need a copy of all the details in here.
Okay.
I'll put my hand on them. Waters, I know how you like to talk. This has to stay between us.
Okay.
Push them across to you.
And as you do, you recognise one of the names on the file, surprisingly enough. And at that point, we are going to go to a break. So we will be back in about 10 to 15 minutes. If you think of any questions to ask us at the end of the chat, keep them coming. And but yes, we will head to the break now.
Yeah, feel free to drop the questions in our Discord. We've got a room for it, or pop them in chat and we can take notes as we go.
Yeah.
See you soon.
back to the exciting world of administration paperwork in the apocalypse. So you have a stack of documents in front of you.
Yep. Time to start typing. Just the immediate typing through, like touch typing, not even having to look at the screen.
Yep.
Touch.
You
If
see.
you're watching, it's like strange to watch just someone who's looking at paper while typing.
Are you reading them sort of as she's doing it, or?
Sort of standing, probably go around the other side of the desk, stand next to her while she does it.
So if you can both do int academics, you can do it at -2, just because you're typing.
One success.
2 successes.
You both notice that they're all security criminals. They're all lifers. You notice that they're all from. There were some food riots 7 years ago, 8 years ago.
7 to 8 years ago.
7 to 8 years ago, and you notice that all of them basically were committed to sentencing for being heavy-handed, for putting things down too hard. You know that in general, this isn't off the roll, this is just a general knowledge. Administration have like courts, there's that level of separation of power as well, so they were the ones that did their final judgment over the security officers and gave a lot of them like 20 years hard labour, 10 years hard labour, life hard labour. That match. Yep. You type it onto the computers. So, yeah, that probably takes you the rest of your shift.
Yeah. That's
Even though the files are thin, there's not as much information as you expect in them, but neither of you are. They seem just a bit thin, neither of you can really put your finger on it, having not dealt with this particular type of paperwork before.
Yeah.
So you have a section in the computer, files are done.
There you go.
Thank you, Waters.
As you're watching, you do see Christoph Doyle, a name that does ring out in your head.
You see me sort of shuffle and just stop dead in my tracks. Thank you, Waters. I'll be leaving now.
Okay.
Just walk straight out.
Then when my shift's over, gonna go get my hat.
Gonna get that hat.
I'm so excited for this hat.
Okay, so can you just roll me another in academics -3? Yeah?
Wonder? I have a dice pool of 4.
Yeah.
A success.
Okay. There's a note piece for notepad. Okay, so you headed off.
Yeah, so I'll take them back down, return them.
They Ashton's pretty thankful for that. Takes it back, hands it over.
Is Lieutenant Walker still there?
He is, yes. He's looking really impatient, but doesn't seem to have a choice.
Lieutenant,
Hmm.
were you aware of who was on that list?
Saw a number of names, yes. All security. Some good friends there.
Doyle on the list.
Yes. I remember him when he was a constable.
And do you remember why he was locked up?
No.
I will deal with this on a richer surface. If it takes all of them, I will track them all down.
Please do. Actually, I'm gonna. Yes, find out what happened here.
Yes, sir.
Don't like the way these numbers don't match up. He sort of gives this desk sergeant a withering look.
Lieutenant, may I have permission to access the armory?
What do you need?
Everything I can get my hands on.
What do you need realistically?
Whatever we can spare. Weapons, ammunition, armor.
Okay.
These need to be made an example of if they have escaped.
Yes, but we don't want our weapons in their hands. If you go out with too many things, you get nosed. You have a rifle, you can replenish that. I saw you bring a shotgun in, you can use that. Replenish that too. You can take a grenade if you need.
Thank you, sir.
So what are you guys up to?
I'll go and replenish at the stores, get as much ammunition as I can, as many weapons as they'll let me take.
So basically they'll let you replenish them and give you a grenade.
Yeah. Do we have better armor than the security armor? Should have gone to a power armor or ride armor?
There is the combat armor. Make a persuasion attempt. So presence and persuasion. Actually, just roll your security status, which is 2 dice. That's gonna be best.
1 success.
You do get like a heavy security armor. That is what yours is rated as
+2, I believe.
211.
211, yes.
So this would be 222. Yeah. So it's just that it's got like a bit of extra defense against energy weapons and the like. It's probably a bit less comfortable, but it doesn't impede your movement.
Yeah, cool.
It also comes with a helmet. If you want to wear that, it has the same rating.
Yep.
Little. I may not know what hats are, but they do know what helmets are. So you go to the market.
I want my hat.
You go and there's a little bit of a gathering around, and you see Toby goes, the woman of the hour. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you my new invention, the Skye. And it's this dome of fabric with a wide brim. But you see the wide brim has like fabric, like thin bits of fabric going across it to hold it up. So it's like it's floppy, but it sort of holds itself in position.
Yes. Oh, it's perfect, Toby. Places it on. It's perfect.
It's a little bit loose. He doesn't really get hat sizes, but
It'll protect me from the sun. And that's what matters.
yes. Now that we have to worry about the Skye, that's where I got the name from.
I love it. It's perfect.
Everyone's like, ooh, You suspect he's going to be very full for many days.
I'm not going to be here, so that doesn't matter.
So you're doing that. What are you doing?
I'll go back to security and I'll ask for another sunbag. A normal sunbag.
So just so from the stockroom.
Yeah.
So Dawn's there,
Yeah.
and so looks like it's, what's wrong with mine?
Well, to properly study it, I'll need a control sunbag to compare against it.
They call him Electro.
Well, yeah, if you're the Punisher.
And you're Mary Jane.
Okay. Sorry, but I'm just looking at my dice. 5 dice I just rolled.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
You didn't know some guy, did you?
I think I could have. So I just rolled 5 dice, got 5 successes, which included 4 re-rolls and 2 more successes off those re-rolls.
Which is an ultimate super critical.
He got a critical success, basically.
She just looks at you and it's like... I've heard some rumours.
About.
She just gives you a look that suggests she knows a lot more than she's letting on. think it might be best that you don't get a second stun baton.
Why not? It's probably not best if your invention was found to have caused some trouble somehow. That would be bad for you, would it not?
It would. It would. No, you're right. I'll go get one.
Thank you.
So she walks off. She walks back and she's carrying a stun baton.
Yeah.
She puts it on the table.
I pick it up. Thank you.
Can you make a stamina check?
No.
So you go to pick it up, and one of the wires must have been shifted or something because you go and collapse on the floor.
Luckily, that one wasn't modified.
It was to a certain extent.
Oh,
It's the not heart attack. You now got 2 hearts. Alright, so what are you guys doing?
Once I've got everything ready to go, I'm going to go back and see my wife and daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure they're okay. Tell them I have to leave again, but I'll bring Isabel back another present.
They're upset, but yeah.
I'm being sort of a bit abrupt with them and being fairly agitated at this point.
They sensing your attitude. They're sort of very brief in their goodbyes as well.
Then I'll head up to the top to report in.
I head up to report in with my new fancy hat. Looking all swanky.
You do. Eventually, you wake up in the logistics. In the supply area.
Yeah.
You see, like, the shutters are pulled down.
Is the stun gun still there?
Nope.
Stun. Wow. Alright. I get up and I leave.
Yeah. Sure. You get up and leave.
I'm always concerned when you randomly roll dice, even though I know that's exactly what's supposed to happen.
Where do you go?
I guess I walk around for a bit and then I head back to my quarters if I'm not being followed.
That's with composure to check if you're being followed.
Two successes.
You're not being followed? No.
Alright. Once I get back to my room, I'll retrieve the stun baton where I sat.
No. You walk in, you see the stun baton laying on your desk, put together.
Yeah.
Perfectly. Yeah.
As if
Do we
it
have
might be
fingerprint detection in this bunker? Is that
I mean, you have talcum. Well, you have like dirt and like.
do I know
materials.
that it's used?
Yeah. Well, what's your investigation?
It is free.
Yes, you're aware of it.
Is
Alright,
this
I'll wipe down the stun baton. But first I tap it with something to make sure it doesn't let off a shock. It
Yeah.
can't get me. And then I'll wipe it down.
Mm-hmm.
And then I hide it in my pants and I leave. And I go walk around near the speakeasy until I find a door that's like when I see people leave their room. And I'll go in and leave it there.
How do you get through the door?
I'll pick it when no one's around.
What do you pick it with?
My lockpicks.
What lockpicks?
So I go around and check all my stashes.
When you go back and check all your stashes, it's all gone.
What?
Yes.
Maybe you shouldn't murder people.
I didn't murder anyone.
She rolled a lot of successes to scoping out.
At worst, it was manslaughter, not murder.
I mean, that is true.
It was deliberate and malice.
No, it was scientific. I
It
wasn't
was-
aware it would kill him.
It was half planned.
Everything's gone.
Premeditated manslaughter.
Except
Yeah.
the modified stun button.
Alright, I go back to logistics and I get another lockpick key.
Yes, you can.
And then I go back.
Yes. So you guys are waiting. So you go back.
What do you think's taking Jones so long?
So you wait till you see someone
Not
leave the room.
asleep.
Yeah.
Roll lockpicking.
Are you wearing?
It's to protect me from the sun.
Dexterity and larceny, yeah?
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
I know. Toby made it for me.
Yes, I can see.
2.
Yep, it doesn't take you too long to get in. You've done this multiple times. Unlock the door. Yep.
And then I slide into the air vent and I leave it there.
Yep, you do.
Wait, I have to quickly check. His room was raided. Does that mean like his shotgun and everything are gone?
Yeah, everything.
Sucks to be you.
How'd you find it all?
Yep.
And then I head back up.
Cool. What's happening? You probably don't recognise it, but you'd recognise Dawn, and she would come up and go, there you two are.
Dawn?
Do you guys need anything before you go? I brought some supplies up.
Oh, sure. I mean,
Pulls it back.
in the interest of honesty, I've been told this is what I'm being rationed.
Oh yeah, so you got stuff before, but I was thinking about it. I had some spares turn up.
Are you sure this is okay?
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
Very well, thank you.
I just can't let a young girl go out with the.
Oh, she won't take a weapon.
I don't like weapons.
Got a spare shotgun.
Sure. Will all help. Thank you.
Alright. Got a spare pistol.
I've got a...
I know how many you had. Put some ammo out. Sure you won't take anything?
I don't like weapons, sorry. I mean, like, I took some knives from the surface, but I've never used them.
Well, Jones is still on his way. Perhaps he could use them.
Oh, that's fine. Sure,
I'm
just
sure
have him
it's
covered.
okay.
Well, have a good day. She wanders off.
Thank you, Dawn.
She's not going to screw up the mission too much. So you wait for a few more hours. You got him hard. Eventually, Jones turns up.
Oh, better late than never, I suppose. Where have you been?
I've been working. What do you mean late? I'm not late. You guys are just too early.
Well, let's move.
Lucas, do you realise what time it is?
I always know what time it is.
What time is it?
What time is it?
According to you or according to everyone else?
I don't
Half
know.
past prime 3.
Do we have clocks? No. Alright.
Well, you do, but they're in that prime
Yeah.
second, third shift.
Okay, give him what he thinks the time is, and then give me what I know the time is.
I'm assuming when I woke up after knockout, I went and checked the clock.
Yeah, you lost about 3 hours.
Yeah.
So it's probably about prime 7 now. And that, yeah, if he did check, it makes sense.
Well, I'm not going to stand here arguing about times. We've got a mission. Let's get out.
Alright. I required to gather some supplies though. I handed all mine in when we came in.
Oh,
You couldn't have done that before.
God's sake, Jones.
I was working.
Hurry up.
I go to... Not Dawn. I go to a... No, actually I do go to Dawn.
You don't have much choice. There's one window.
Yeah.
It's for security as much as anything. There's one spot.
Yeah. It appears all my stuff is missing. You wouldn't know anything about that, would you?
I know as much about. Let's just say I don't know anything about any items that might have gotten lost in someone's room. You don't know anything about any overcharged weapons being used in the bunker. And you learn a lesson from it.
I guess that would all depend on if all these items were to return.
Nope.
I guess someone might find out who made the baton, but I can't say where it will turn out.
He just pulls like a laser pistol up and points it at you.
Oh, she had a laser pistol.
It's like,
I need to make that friend Dawn.
Perhaps we could have a new trade. You give me that laser pistol and we get all this.
I'd really like to go outside. I'm pretty sure I could convince them that I'm the person from logistics that needs to go.
I
If
think
something
that
happened-
would be way better if I was convinced it. And that would get you out there. I could get you on all the good trips as well instead of just harvesting.
Skye wanted to bang Daryl. She doesn't know this yet, but she wants to bang Dawn now.
Yeah, I'm in.
She sort of leans forward with the gun in the hand. It's like,
It's the D's we like.
You want to imagine the stuff out there. Dead men with swords in their arms. Giant buildings of circuits.
Now she wants to go so much more.
Fourth party member.
While this is happening, I'll be having a conversation with you. Do you think we need to look at replacing Jones? He's becoming quite unreliable.
I mean, he's useful when he's useful.
Yes, that he is. So she'd be useful when we need him to be useful more often.
Yeah. I don't understand why he didn't just supply himself up before he came here.
He doesn't think more than 30 seconds into the future, that one.
just look. Jones, I gave them some of your guns.
That doesn't help me.
I haven't actively tried to get you killed, even though you've been very disrespectful.
I mean, from what you know of getting people killed with shock baton, you could have easily killed me without a bat. You said that other one wasn't lethal.
Fine. She puts the laser pistol down. What do you want?
I want the laser pistol.
She reaches down. She pulls up the taser. What's your defense? This does apply.
4.
Leg shot.
Does that was that penalised by? I don't. You're no longer penalised by the right armor.
No.
Her dex, her athletics.
No, you said defense, didn't you?
Yeah. That's willpower.
We're all enough for these together. Come on in.
Daryl, Dawn, we've got a list of laser weapon D people that we want, that the two of us want to screw together.
We can take it in turns. Yeah, I'm not fussed at this.
Maybe
moment.
Daryl and Dawn will get together.
How dare you?
Oh, I'll be so angry.
She pulled out and
It's not adultery if it's on the surface.
what happens on the surface?
This person is a terrible negotiator.
No, she's yeah, it's her fault. So
So you get shocked.
yeah. Eventually, just like some random guy with like logistics, like Stripe turns up. You know, you might have seen him with a mop at some point. He's sort of like he's like one of the bigger guys in the bunk who just walks up. He's carrying Jones. Instructions to take him outside.
What happened?
I don't know, apparently he got shocked or something.
Shocked.
Yeah,
Is he okay?
I will be in like a bit.
Reminds me of the unfinished business here. Put him down. Thank you. How many back damage?
1.
Very ungracefully dropped on the floor.
Alright. The guy just turns around and leaves. There are security and stuff around as well. They're just like,
So, what we were discussing before. Got sort of prodding with my foot a bit.
he looks pretty out of it.
I guess we continue waiting.
After about an hour, you come back.
Just like the concert change, just
Which
like
means,
his arm, just like Lucas, time to wake up.
which does mean that bashing goes.
Lucas,
Yeah. You can have another bruise.
Lucas, time to wake up.
Alright, I'll wake up. A little growing up.
Who attacked you? What happened?
I went to get some supplies from the...
From
what is
Dawn?
her title? Yeah, from Dawn. And it sort of backfired and shocked me. She's not very good at her job. Perhaps you should see about getting her a replacement.
I trust Dawn completely.
Yeah, she's really good at her job and really smart.
She's been doing it for years and never done anything like me.
Well, I think she's getting lax and taking care of her work. So why don't you check on that?
I take out weapons. These look well maintained to me.
So there's a shock pattern on his belt.
On mine?
Yeah.
How does... It's not the same one, right?
Well, unless you like threw it in her head. Like, oh no, sorry. It's not.
Alright.
But there is a shock button on your belt.
Alright.
So perhaps you were the one being careless.
I'm never careless.
Tell that to the scorch mark. Anyway, let's go. Team, ready to open up?
Yes, Sergeant.
Pull the helmet out from the top of my pack and put it on. Draw my weapon just in case.
The door's open. With a lot less rigmarole than before, but security will get prepared. The power armors fire up. And, yeah. They open.
Time to step outside again.
Alright, everyone ready to go?
Yes, sir.
Alright. Let's go. Step through the door.
You step through the door. The laser turrets are down again, just watching as you leave.
I assume we have like packs for carrying stuff back.
Yeah. It's
Oh,
probably
I think-
on the one non-sunburned area.
Yeah. And I assume I have the radio back to make sure we can contact Daryl.
Yeah,
again?
yeah.
I would have asked for it. That's what I'm checking.
In general, anything you leave, you can probably take back out. And they probably would have given you like folder bag, like backpack in your backpack as well. You end up in the cave. Doors closed behind you. Ahead of you is the waterfall.
I sort of take a quick pace ahead with the gun, poke my head around the corner, look down, make sure there's no one or no one rats there this time.
What's composure?
I bring extra canteens for more water.
Sure.
Just like a couple extra.
Yeah,
Because we did run out of water.
that is a
last
good
time.
point. There probably would have been a couple of logistics people that came out with you with barrels.
No successes.
Fresh water.
Yeah.
Distracted by the people with barrels.
Yeah. And the waterfall. Funny. But but no, you don't see any warm rats.
We don't get to slide down again.
No, I assume you guys are all
Alright.
careful enough to walk through the waterfall this time. You sort of know the danger of it, so
Did kind of want to go for a ride again though.
you can if you want.
Shouldn't.
I
have
will
sunburn.
tell logistics to be careful as they step forward as well, carrying heavy barrels.
It's only really like the bitumen area that's fallen away.
Okay.
So yes, you out past the waterfall onto the path leading to the car park just outside.
Well, one of two options. Either we need to contact Daryl or perhaps go to the settlement.
The sun's already starting to get pretty low in the sky.
I think we should maybe start heading towards there and contact Daryl to meet him there.
Yes, it could prove valuable negotiating.
He might even already be there by the time we get there. I could give him access codes
To...
to enter so that...
No, not the vault, the settlement.
Oh,
The ones with the burns.
Yes.
We need information. They've been out here longer than we have, by a long shot. As we walk off, I turn just not to logistics and keep moving.
Yep.
I suppose I could try a parley with them. Approach cautiously and...
Well, I think you had the right idea with Daryl. He probably knows how to deal with the people.
True, perhaps if we approached with him, or at least got his advice on how to ask them, that might work.
Let's get some distance first.
Yes.
Yes, so you guys start heading to the car park.
Is anyone joining us to the car park after we told them about the salvage here?
You haven't noticed anyone following you out? There didn't seem to be a direct plan.
Okay.
There was no other team up there.
It was just logistics for water.
Yeah, they were like, oh, shit, water.
Yeah, okay.
Water while it's good.
Yeah.
And the door's open.
So yeah, the cars are there, you start heading up.
Yep.
How are you guys travelling?
As far as speed?
Yeah, speed, stealth.
As Nightfall's probably... I'm not that stealthy. I don't see any dangers and I just sort of move forward.
Yep. Cool. How about any other things, like you've got a stun baton,
Yeah.
he's got melee weapons,
And I have a hat.
and you have a hat.
My sword, my axe, my hat.
The next thing is I need to find some white paint and draw a skull on my chest.
I'll just get someone to shoot you with a paintball gun a few times. You keep heading north. Roll with some composure.
Just him or all of us?
All of you. Anyone keeping an eye out?
Three successes.
2 successes.
1 success.
All of you see there's still a couple of those guys you chased off originally in one of the houses.
I'm hoping they haven't seen us.
Look, if we glare at them, they'll leave.
Well, I've seen you maybe.
As you keep going, you just take one last look back and you see that one of them sort of like points back to where the bunker is and they start going that way.
I guess we should double back.
We'll radio up quietly. Base, come in.
Check.
Hostiles potentially incoming.
Advise response.
Deadly force if they get too close.
Check.
Let's continue.
We don't like those random people and their dog.
Well, if they're going into our bunker, yeah, no, they die. And we've got 2 sets of power armor and turrets ready to deal with it.
Alright, so you guys keep heading north.
Seems better at night, but
Well,
the last time
it's
we
sort
were
of
careful
dusk.
with the shadows.
It's dusk now, so not full night there.
Yeah.
Are we going to go directly to the burned village or are we going to head directly to the other facility?
I think we should go to the burned village, but I think we should arrive there in daylight. Obviously,
They might think it's untoward to arrive at night.
well, after what we've seen out here after the sun goes down, not the kind of people we want to be dealing with. Let's not present ourselves as such.
No.
So we'll try and navigate our way close-ish, maybe like 4 or 5 blocks away, and then find somewhere to stay for the night.
Sure. Can everyone make a wits composure -3? If you got a success, that's enough.
I got 3 successes.
I got 1.
So you two hear back from where the bunker is, sort of you realise it's probably a power suit minigun echoing down the ravine. Then it stops.
It's all good.
But who else might have heard that? Perhaps we best wait here and keep an eye out,
Yes.
at least for a couple of hours.
Sound travelled really far.
Yes.
You've heard them let off just occasionally. I have to test them. They're incredibly loud.
Yep.
Especially enclosed, especially in the enclosed room.
There's like
Yeah,
a
fine,
sound warning in the bunker of when they're testing so that everyone covers their ears at the same time.
Not too far off.
Because it's that loud.
And it's a case of if they actually have to use them, they want everyone to know they're using them. So.
Otherwise, everyone's going deaf.
How far from the bunker are we? Are we near one of the taller buildings we've got to the top for a vantage point?
Not yet. You're still in like the wider section of the valley.
Okay.
So you've got like rows of houses back. You're sort of starting to hit suburbs from the valley.
I'll look around for a 2-story or 3-story house that we can go up and check each window. So
Yeah.
just keep an eye on both sides.
That's fine. There's plenty of them.
Yeah.
So you do that. You also look out the windows for a while. I won't make you roll because there's no one headed that way or anything like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. After some time, it's now fully dusk. You don't see anyone. So fully night.
Orders. Jones. Would you rather stay here for the night or move on and stay a bit closer? It can be dangerous to move.
I think it'd be safe-ish to stay here. We have more of an idea of this area, and going somewhere new, we'd have to scope that as well.
At this point, we may as well have stayed in the bunker. Too late now. Okay. Get some rest. I'll take first guard. During guard, I'm not just going to stand at the window every now and then. I will do a patrol pattern, keep an eye out, the back front of house.
When I sleep, I'm gonna have one hand on my hat because I love my hat. Not like on top of me, I don't want it to bend, but just like next to me on the floor, so one hand is on my hat, so it's just like, yeah.
Do you have like set watches or anything like that?
Well, I'm going first, and I guess if it's getting too late and I need to rest, I'm just going to keep Jones.
I guess I get up and sit watch.
Sleeping privilege.
Yep.
And then
This is for holding us up for 8 hours. Lie down and go to sleep.
I'll wake her up in the morning.
Yeah. So you get woken up about dawn?
By dawn?
No.
Well, hello there.
Yeah. So yeah. That's another night's rest. So that's, I think your remaining lethal's gone. It's your last lethal.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep my sunburn until this mission is over. Because then I feel like it'll have been enough time realistically for a sunburn to heal, because it should take about a week for someone that ginger. And that significant a burn.
We'll see how burnt you get in the next.
Yeah.
There
Burn on top
were
of
like
burn. I'm gonna get melanoma.
there were like more like covering clothes. Like Jones has his jacket. And
Oh yeah, I assume she has like long sleeves, but like her hands and face and neck were completely.
I did
bare.
give you gloves.
Look,
Should have paid attention.
I remember I had those gloves, but it makes it harder to feel things.
Yeah, it probably made your hands all sweaty and gross
Yeah.
in the sun.
Heat stress is also an issue. Anyway, so you guys start heading north again. You head up to that roundabout and head west.
The whole way, at this point, I'm keeping my eyes out for anyone travelling.
Yep. You don't see anyone. You start travelling west. Another wits and composure. Wits composure. I'll do it.
Get it straight, no bonus.
2 successes.
Also,
Successes.
also 2.
So you're travelling down this road again. Sort of to the east, sorry, to your right, you hear a howl, which is probably, you would have heard dogs howl, because you do have guard dogs.
Can we tell it's
pretty-
hunting howl or in pain howl?
That would be Wits and Animal Ken.
You got this, you have animal ken.
It's not a guard dog, you don't get your bonus.
What do I add then?
Wits and Animal Ken.
So 3. God damn it.
Yeah.
You have 2 rerolls.
Crit success plus.
So that
That was
was
a lot of zeros.
4. You have another reroll there.
Do I need to re-roll it? Crit success?
Just do it again.
Doesn't hurt.
You had 4 successes.
fun.
It might be 5. Okay, it was only 4.
Oh, it's 5.
No, it was 5.
Oh.
Because he picked up one of his, that's the reroll. Yeah, it is a hunting howl, and know that it is a sort of basically a signal distraction howl. You think like you are probably being flanked right now by the rest of this dog's pack
Thank you, guys.
because they passed their stealth check.
Move, get ahead of me, run.
Hold on to my hat.
I'm going to have my rifle ready to fire off a shot into the ground to scare them off.
Yep.
They flank us. Flank us.
Yeah, you see some very large and manky mutts. No German Shepherds. There's probably a bit of German Shepherd in them, but these are not cuddling dogs.
Aww.
We could make them cuddling dogs.
They come running at you.
Them.
They're quicker than you are. They will catch you.
Yeah.
I pull up my stun band.
I'm gonna keep running.
I'm
and
firing in front of
try
what
to
they're
get
running.
up high.
And I'm hoping that the fact that we've noticed them and we're shooting at them before they even get to us will help us.
I would like to get up high.
Quick, on Johnson's shoulders.
Where's that oven door?
You shoot one of them, pulls to the side a bit and slows down, but you see it's replaced by this one that's much larger. It has like strange bulging muscles down one side. Like you can see its back ridge.
It's a hydra.
Its eyes look dangerously intelligent.
Is there some way or something here we can climb onto that they couldn't get up to?
There are buildings and the like around. Some of them are collapsed.
Like, get up high, quick as you can.
Yep.
I'm going to look for maybe a mezzanine floor that we could climb up on, but they wouldn't be able to get up to.
Yeah, it's not too hard to find something. Strength and athletics.
Might be a good time.
What penalty would you like? How difficult a thing to climb are you climbing?
Probably -2, I would think.
Yep. So you pick a thing with only a couple of handholds, fairly flat.
Yeah.
So, yeah, strength athletics -2.
I'm adding willpower.
2 successes.
No successes.
I am also adding more power. Two successes.
I had no successes. Shall I try again?
Nope.
Wonderful. Time to get mauled to death by dogs.
No, just singular.
My dog.
You see Skye falls down. One of the dogs chases... were you bike marker?
I was, yes.
You see like one of the smaller dogs tries to chase you up and just kind of fails. The big one looks like it's about to leap up, then sees her fall. So kips off the side of the wall, comes through, bite. What's your defense?
My defense is 3. Am I lucky?
You are.
Yay!
It sort of kips off and tries to come back, and it's just a bit of a weird angle as you fall down. You just kick up your legs in a blind panic and just kick it over, and sort of flips back up. How do you guys respond?
Depends. Would I be able to say, Skye, now give her a hand up, or not enough time or space to do that?
If you both use your turn, yeah.
I was thinking I'd try and crawl under something to give myself cover, like tunnel.
You are.
Underground is safe.
There have been cars pushed off this side of this road before, so there would be like a car you could crawl under, like a rusted old bomb.
Yes. I want to do that. And like curl up into a tiny ball, just like...
So you go down and crawl under.
I'm still shouting, Skye, stay there now.
I already must on that.
Dog's gonna get you killed. The dog that didn't climb up starts circling around Skye. You see the big one sort of look between and then starts backing up.
I'm just staring the big one down.
Yep.
Half a dog in that bad boy.
It does not look intimidated in the slightest. In fact, it looks intimidating.
I'm feeling a bit tough though. Look at me staring down a dog. Well, it can't get to me.
You're not so certain that's the case. It looked pretty agile off that wall.
I've got a shotgun ready for it.
So you've readied your shotgun?
Yes.
You've readied your shock button. You're being circled by one. The second dog that you scared off is starting to catch back up. Then the big dog runs for the wall. So it starts running up and you see like its back legs, powerful as they are, just slip. And so one's much more muscular than the other one. It makes it a little bit ungangly. It doesn't have quite the strength to make it. But as it does, you see the claws out, slide down. Not far from the top where it would have been able to pull itself up. If it didn't have a foot slip under, it would have made it.
I crouch to a ready position, leveling the shotgun into my shoulder. If it gets up and scrambles over, and just straight to the face.
Yeah.
If the other dog goes for Skye, take the shot.
Yeah. They're looking like they're both sort of moving under. They're too big to properly get under the car.
Good choice.
At least at the moment. How balled up are you? Are you like even looking?
I'm like as tiny as I can be, like hat tilted around my hat. That tiny.
You think it looks like that if they got flat down, they would be able to go in, but they probably wouldn't be very effective. Again, this dog backs up. Yeah, he's gonna make it up. Is that one of the smaller shotguns, or?
Would be the shotgun I got from the bunker.
Which reminds me, you were also given the prototype weapon. I'll get that after this. Yeah, can you subtract 3?
Yep. What's my firearm? What's to shoot this? What do I roll?
If just use Dex firearms, the bunker shotguns, they're much shorter range, but they shoot wider, so they don't have a standard penalty that most ranged weapons have into melee.
So remove 2. 4 successes.
So it crawls up, you shoot it, taking out a chunk, manages to hold on, because it got 4 successes too, and finishes pulling itself up. Do you think?
Finish it.
Swinging at it, I guess.
Yep.
Do I use brawl or weaponry?
Strength and weaponry.
If you're using your stun baton.
It is -5 for its defense.
Oh god.
So I lose 5 dice. Alright. I have no dice.
Can you use
So you're on the
willpower,
chance
or if
die.
you're on a chance loss, can you use willpower?
Yes, but the extra dice from the willpower go on before the penalty.
Okay. So it's -3, you actually get 0 from it.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
gotcha.
you would have a dice pool for original.
-5?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I get 2. That means my last willpower.
You'll need to sleep. Oh, that was worthwhile. That was really worthwhile.
1 success.
Okay.
You hit this thing and shock it. It lets out a like, and you see it like muscle spasm, but it doesn't go down.
Does it slip back off the wall, or is it up top?
It's still up.
Okay.
It will then turn to bite you. Your defense is 4.
Yeah.
These huge jagged teeth just chunk into you for 3 lethal damage. They keep circling you and sort of tries to bite in and misses. Sam?
Taking another shot. Oof. Didn't help. Missed.
Yeah. This thing's ducking around. Do you take the -2 penalty to?
Yes.
Yeah.
I use my willpower.
Yeah. You pull up the gun, start to pull it, and almost like it's expecting a ranged weapon, it just ducks to one side and it takes you by surprise. You miss. You're still.
I am curled up in a ball and doing
Because that was
nothing
already a
else.
thing, so shot.
I will swipe to him. Which one shall I? No. This is where I can take a beat if I want to do a critical fail.
Yes. Now is the time.
That's gonna make things interesting.
You miss. Sort of looks at you and then back over the person with the gun and run over and try to bite you. What's your defense?
2, 2, 2.
No, your actual defense.
Oh, defense?
5.
5.
So it comes through and bites you for 3 lethal, which will get downgraded to 1 lethal because of your armor. So it just tries to take a chunk out of your side. That heavy security armor just defeats its teeth to a certain extent. As it hits you, just a sheer weight of it. Far bigger than any dog you've seen. Skye, still panicking?
I'm not moving until I have to.
Am I close enough to the edge that I could try and just sock it right in the head and knock it off?
This thing's pretty big. You'd have to be pretty confident that you could do it.
I'm not, but I want to give it a try anyway.
Sure. Yeah.
Do strength.
Strength brawl.
Roll. Minus.
Minus its defense, which is 5.
I know this is close quarters combat.
It is, but close quarters combat doesn't automatically add to your dice pool. That gives you the additional skills.
I'm going to add combat for 1 success.
Look, you did something, and that's what matters.
Get a good whack in the back of the head.
Punched in the snoot to establish dominance.
Snoot boop.
It looks pissed off.
You didn't establish enough dominance.
Lucas,
I will swing it again. And I will miss again.
Ooh.
As I float around trying to hit this dude.
but you've another 3 lethal, so
1 lethal.
the 1 lethal, yeah. One of the dogs bites into you for 1 lethal. So trying to scratch him with their teeth almost rather than actually outright bite. So coming under.
How intelligent does this dog look if it's been ducking out of the way of bullets?
Far more intelligent than any dog you've seen.
I'm going to step back, grab the grenade and hold it in front of me so I can see it.
Is it that intelligent?
That's the
If
question.
it's ducking out of the way of bullets, I'm hoping so.
You see it doesn't. There's a look in its eyes like it doesn't know exactly what you're doing. It doesn't like that. It's come to
It knows enough, but not that much.
just it does hesitate for a moment.
So it's a last ditch effort if nothing else.
Yeah. So it doesn't attack. It sort of tries to sum up what you're doing.
Put it in its mouth.
Fetch.
He's a good boy. He's good. Go on, get that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will swing it again. Yes, terribly. This time I hit.
Yeah. But,
Or is it only a 10 to
you're on a chance or 1?
chance?
Only a 10.
Oh, so close. You got a 9.
So you had made the dog hesitate. You're under the car. You got bit.
Yeah.
Okay, back to the other 2 dogs. One gets its teeth in your arm pretty well, and shakes you up and down and hits you against the 2 lethal,
Ooh.
and its teeth lock in.
She's gonna scream. I'm not gonna actively scream because that'll set off the mic. But she screams.
I'm going to make sure the pin is in the grenade. I'm going to hold it up while reaching for my Bolton pistol.
Mm-hmm.
If it goes to bite me, I want to use my ready action to bypass its defense, hopefully, and put it down its throat or something.
Sort of like give it your arm so it'll,
Either scare it off or give it a target.
yeah. It does look like it's ready to attack.
Clench my teeth and grab my pistol ready. And clip
So
it.
you just essentially not defending.
Yeah.
But it will make a cool shot against your arm.
Yeah.
Which... Oh my!
My dead or did it miss?
It missed! So it comes forward to bite you. I assume it's going to miss because you shoot it.
Because
Yeah.
I sort of pull back, draw.
So your bite's just a bit short.
Yeah, just.
Joke.
Do I bypass its defense?
Not if you quick drawing.
Okay.
Just because a quick drawing is normally a turn.
Right.
So-
Okay.
That seems a fair trade.
So it's -5 still.
Yes. But you have your +2 speciality, your pistols.
Okay. 1 success.
And it does 2 damage, so it's 3 lethal. 2, 3.
I'm hoping if nothing else, I'm just making it not worth its time to keep going after us.
Yeah, you shoot it again,
And it's hurt.
and it looks really hurting, and see it limp a bit, and it does turn and run and jump off the building.
So Lucas get an attack of opportunity as it leaves.
Oh no, if I should have made I back away.
Lucas is the smart cookie.
And it jumps off the building and it hits the ground. You see her.
Aww.
No, I feel horrible. I keep shooting.
Well, it's currently not moving on the ground, like it's twitching on the ground. And then it sort of
Let
slowly
it
stands
die.
up and it looks like one of its legs might be broken. Because it just jumped off a building. And the other 2 dogs, well, you feel the pressure lift from your arm and they fall back in behind it. sort of looking and snarling as they slowly limp away.
The old West gun spin. Waters, you okay?
Ow! My arm!
Yes. Okay. I'm just going to jump straight down as soon as I see them a bit of distance.
Strength athletics. Yeah.
That was a good one. That was 4 in a reroll?
2
You jumped down?
rerolls.
I climbed
It's
up.
a critical success plus.
It's not
What
too
a time to
difficult.
use it, am I right?
You've got arms and you don't just jump off the roof like a madman.
He does a backflip off the handle with a crit success.
Okay, it's 2 crit successes so far.
For today.
Just, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
So you look under and it's in a ball.
One arm
Because everywhere that
ripped
he's
out
bitten
and
is basically the bits you can see. Yeah, they're bloody. There's a lot of, like, just on the edge is a lot of blood.
Oh my god!
I get down on my stomach, sort of crawl under and pull some fabric out and start bandaging the arms for now.
Yeah.
Waters, give me your arms. I'll stop the bleeding for now. Pour a bit of water over them. Patch them up.
Are you trained in medicine?
No, but I imagine just bandaging something's fairly straightforward. Literally just wrapping.
I am trained in medicine. I should probably do my own medicine check.
Yeah,
Just
you
like
can
look
probably
over
tell
to
me what
like
I should be doing.
wait like this, like that, do that.
I'm looking up more dogs.
Or with some
I've got-
composure then?
Plus 2 intentions.
If you're not trained in medicine, I think it means you're down to a chance dice.
Shall I medicine roll instead?
Yeah, I mean, he's right, it is bandaging. If you're talking through it,
Yes, I would like to.
that's fine. But you're not going to be able to medicine roll yourself to actually downgrade the damage.
That's it. But just so it doesn't make it worse.
2 successes. Seems to be no one around. No animals around.
I'll keep watching while they're doing whatever they're
So
doing.
if I roll a chance dice, basically 1 means it's bad, and 0 means it's good, everything else doesn't matter.
Correct. You can now choose to fail it for a beat.
Middle of the pack. Just like make me lose an arm. Oh no.
I don't want to make it better, no hand.
It's not magic witch material.
No, it's not. Where?
So you've got some stylish fighting bandages.
Ow.
Looking much tougher. Come on, Waters, we've got to move. We don't want them coming back.
Crawl back out and gently put my hat back on while crying.
Jones, you okay?
I'm okay.
Let's keep moving.
Keep headed on.
I'd like to take a moment to point out half of my health boxes are full of lethal.
Yep.
I don't think now's the time to stop and rest.
No, this is fine. It's just I'm not usually the one getting hurt because I normally run away from fighting.
You tried.
I really did.
Okay, so you guys keep going forward.
If we're getting somewhat close, I will try and run you and Daryl.
You are, yes. So, what do you say?
Bolton, come in.
There's a pause. Right on the pause. You just hear that the faint echo, like it's fairly quiet. It's here. Aren't you Bolton?
I love Daryl.
Aren't you Daryl?
I am Copper.
We're back out. Could use your help.
Yeah, okay. What do you want?
The Burned Village. Do you know them?
Yeah.
What are they like?
Fine.
Are they going to shoot us? Are they going to open their doors to us?
If you're there to trade, not to cause problems, that'll be fine.
Thank you.
Yeah, no worries. What are you trading?
I love you.
What?
Oh, nothing, just static.
Alrighty. Hang on, I've got a message for you. Speak. Oh. Did you get that one? What was that?
We got that. Tell her we say hello.
Alrighty.
How did you go down there anyway?
Good. Good. Made out quite profitably.
Glad we could help.
Sure. I actually sold some of it over there.
Oh. Do you mind if we say we know you? It might help us through the door.
If you want. Yeah, Daryl Crawford.
Thank you, Daryl. We'll be in touch soon.
Yeah, sure.
Now we've got a name to drop. So we'll keep heading on.
Sure. Yeah, you can hear. Oh, it's day in yet. You can hear sounds of the settlement before you reach it. You start heading towards it. You see, once again, there's this wall around a much larger version of the Burnside Shopping Centre, which is you see a wall of cars and just scrap pulled from everywhere. You see there's a set of large gates that are slightly open. You see people walking a gangway on top of the walls with guns. Behind that you see a very large glass structure. You're fairly quickly spotted.
I think I should take charge here.
Good idea. I've got my gun leveled. I sling it back over my back and empty-handed I walk forward.
Mm-hmm. So you see people eye you, but they saw you put the weapon away and keeping watch. But
Hello there.
hello.
We've come to trade and meet with you.
All right. The market's just inside.
Thank you.
Head through.
Yeah, head through.
No, we head through.
Okay. So you walk in. You see that in what was once a car park is now an open area. You see a variety of people. A lot of small groups sort of kept huddling together. But you do also see, similar to the markets you've seen before, there's like essentially bits of metal out as tables and goods being hawked. To the south, so to your left, there's what would have once have been like a 3-story car park. Looks now it's been modified, and you see there's a series of like the large lizard beasts inside, as well as some other strange things that you've never seen before. But they're sort of partially in the dark, so you don't get too good a look at it. See people looking around as you walk in. People call out, "Food, fresh food, only a few days old." You know, the people were, "Got ammo over here." Someone else, clothes. Just people calling out. Yeah.
I'm going to look for somewhere that looks like it administers medicine for Skye.
You in this area, you don't see anyone selling anything medical.
I'll go up and ask someone. So my friend has been hurt. Where can we have this treated?
You just ask at one of the
Stands.
Yeah. There's, I think there's a doctor here inside.
Can you point the way? Thank you, very helpful.
I mean, well, they let you in. I don't know.
I guess we'll find out.
So you head over. There's a series of like glass walls. There are sections that have been patched over, but there is actually some intact panes of glass as well. Where there was probably once sliding doors, it's now just open. So there's a couple of security there. That's another way to put it. And as you approach, just holds up a hand.
Hello there. We were wondering if there was someone medical or a doctor. I am a bit under the weather.
We do have someone. You can get them if you want.
I would really appreciate that.
Alright, just wait over there.
Thank you.
Gus walks back in. He walks in, the other person stands at the door. Eventually comes back out, and you see quite an old woman, very leathery skin, long white hair, so a little bit of facial hair as well. So comes over and, "Oh, you look pretty cut up, dear."
Yes, there were these large dogs that
Yeah, looks like you too, young lad. Not you though.
I'll just tuck my arm in front of the window a little bit.
Oh, were you ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm hiding it.
Okay, yeah.
Fine.
it's not ideal.
So looks bandaged up.
Carefully undoes it like just to show.
Yep, that's a dog bite.
Is there something to help?
We have supplies, yes.
And what would you want in return?
What do you have? There's some pretty deep bites. Dogs around here got some pretty nasty bites too, so.
Jones,
Yes.
what did you scavenge from before when you went scavenging?
The actual stuff you got for trade was still left with your.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. It was just all your weapons and armor and stuff like that.
What stuff in your hidey holes? Like your actual
Yeah,
stuff?
she didn't screw over the mission, just you.
It was a personal thing.
Yes, it was. Very much so.
I have this and I have it in the back, but now it only has half as much scrap in it.
Thanks. She looks inside, waves her head, like points to someone and waves a hand. This guy comes out and you see he's got like some dirty, greasy hands, chipped fingernails. He comes over and goes, oh. Starts looking over and he places just a couple of tools out. They have like a whispered conversation. You can hear going, oh, we'll need some of like, you know, this powder and that powder and eventually they put out like just a couple of tools, not very much. Hands it back. That will be able to treat your wounds.
Very good, thank you.
He heads back inside and comes back out. He's got like a kit. She starts actually treating your wounds. She downgrades one lethal
Wonderful.
and she disinfects it.
Yay! That's what I was personally worried about.
Lucas gets one lethal downgrade as well and has the one disinfected. He puts this stinging powder across, but you guys have been treated with like iodine essentially before. Just doing it so. And I remember having skin like that once. You take better care of it though.
Oh, how does one care for their skin here? We're not from these parts.
As you can see, we've lived in caves for a while, staying out of the sunlight.
Yes.
No, each their own. I don't know, just don't get in the sun. So you've got a hat on?
Yes. I had it made for me.
A what? Oh,
Hat.
yes. Sorry, I misheard you.
Yeah, just keep your skin covered.
Is there
As I
any...
say, just slip on a poncho,
what?
slap on a hat. Or just like any clothes that can cover your skin.
Is there any way to stop the... Gently touches the flaking. It hurts a bit.
Oh, go away. How long have you been in a cave for?
My whole life.
That'll go away, just give it a few more days.
Oh,
I've seen worse.
phew.
Jeez.
I've never been in the sun before.
Living in a cave makes you that soft. Alright, anything else?
What's it like here?
You do see that she's, by the way, because I forgot to mention, she has like a lot of burns on her face and stuff as well.
Fusion.
Yeah.
What's life like for you here?
Fine. People are nice to the person that keeps them alive.
That makes sense. Your people here, your burned village people, what kinds of things are your people interested here in?
Interesting. What do you mean?
Oh, things to trade or information or supplies, things like that. What sort of things are your people looking for?
Okay. One kind of technology, of course. Water can be a bit difficult to pump up here. We're a bit further from the sea than a lot of places. We have food to trade. We have animals. Mainly parts of technology is what we like. We're a bit of a trading hub as well. We don't have the biggest market, but we got some good places to keep stores. So
Who else do you trade with?
pretty much anyone who turns up. Our closest trading partner is Marion.
What are the large creatures outside?
Which ones?
They look like their skin has these little things all over them that...
I think she's talking about those.
Oh yeah, the Gex.
Gek?
Gex, yeah.
Never seen one before. What is it other than a Gek?
I don't know.
Gex. Where do you get them?
We breed them.
Oh,
Well, we've taken up enough of your time, I'm sure. Thank you very much.
yes.
Yeah.
Full scope, we have to be careful what we say.
I know. If in doubt, we are Pathfinder.
And if in doubt, just don't ask questions, I think, for now.
As you're walking away, a child walks up to you and just sort of basically puts something in your hand. Like reaches out and puts it in your hand and just walks up.
Oh.
It's essentially, it looks like a coin, except the image on it is a line that crosses and crosses again. In the middle, it looks like an eye.
Oh.
What's that?
I'm not sure. It's a piece of metal.
Oh. Strange thing to just be giving away.
Why would it just be a piece of metal? That seems like a waste.
Maybe it's what they do up here.
Does it go into something? Is it a component?
Maybe it's to turn screws in tight places.
Maybe. I suppose if you did it on the ankle, it would work. Why is there decoration on it? Wouldn't it just be utilitarian?
Maybe it's the same as the scars on their faces.
Perhaps. It's very odd.
People are looking at you like... So you're sort of making just that bit of a scene.
I
Something
back
weird.
away from them.
Yeah.
From the scene.
It's not like hostile, it's just you guys are discussing something that people
It's
seem to know.
normal.
Yeah.
Alright, just over to a weapon.
You do it?
Just over to a weapon vendor.
There's the place that sells ammo and stuff like that.
Guns.
It does look like there's like a crappy pistol. Not so much on the counter, but they have spares on them.
Yeah.
Speaking of the prototype thing you got, because I keep on forgetting about this, I apologise. It's a very large rifle with a metal barrel that looks like very heavy caliber, single shot firing.
So, how long's the barrel?
In words, it's about just short of a metre.
Looks very accurate.
Yeah, it looks big and deadly and...
Could be fired from long distances, potentially.
You have no idea. It's not really like...
I was a gunsmith for most of my life.
Yeah, that is you raise a very valid point. It is a long barrel weapon.
It's also uncharted territory.
Yeah, very high caliber, very long barreled. You hope there's some kind of recoil nullification in it. There's only a couple of rounds.
Yeah.
It's bolt action. Bolt action.
So I've had that sound across my back the whole time. I'm guessing too big to put
Yeah.
anywhere else. My main concern is looking for somewhere that sells something I can get for Isabel.
But he was first, because he was talking to a weaponsmith.
I would like to buy a gun. What guns do you have?
A few. Hunting rifle up here. Pulls it out. Has a scope. Unclip. Comes with ammunition. Hasn't jammed on me in 3 weeks. Or something smaller, bigger. Well, I don't really bigger, so good luck with that.
Smaller.
What's up? It's got like a sort of heavy revolver. Something like that.
Yeah.
Opens it up. It's got like 4 chambers in it. It's reasonably reliable, unless you hit someone in the face with it, cause problems. But yeah, got some ammo for that as well. But you have to buy the ammo separately. Oh, except the 4 that come with it. What do you got to trade?
I put out some tools, not all of them, just some, and some scrap.
You see, he's got a pretty calculating eye. He starts shifting them into piles, and tools he pulls aside look like they'd be useful for him. Anything more like this?
No, not at the moment.
Well, that's what's useful to me. It's not.
But you can sell it on.
Yeah, fair enough. He slides a few more across. Yeah, could do it for that.
And could I also get some extra ammo?
A few rounds, yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I will find Bolton.
So, yeah, you guys.
I am going to ask someone about this metal object.
Anyone in particular?
Just someone that I see staring.
Well, you guys were pretty near the security. They're still watching you pretty closely.
I'll ask one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry to interrupt you, sir.
Yes.
I'm not from around here. What does this mean?
Oh. That means it's a token to see the seer.
The what?
The seer.
I don't know who that is.
They're someone who can see the future and things and possibilities.
Oh!
They're inside. You have to leave any weapons outside, as you're not a member of our village.
Oh! What does a token do?
You hand it over and they give you a reading.
Oh.
Normally, I saw the boy gave you it. Normally we have to pay a fair bit for that.
Oh.
People do it to see if, they'll meet the love of their life, or if their trading journey has any problems, or, where there's a source of water.
Oh.
Anything you ask, apparently they can answer. Not always accurately. It's not something I really follow myself, but a few of my friends swear by them.
Does it serve a purpose beyond just being an item for service?
Not to my knowledge.
Oh, that's very strange. Thank you.
It's okay.
It was through there?
Yes, he points back and you see that there's a tent that's fairly different to other tents that are inside the mall. It's made out of very coarse brown material. It's decorated with bones on the outside and paint just sort of almost randomly splattered around. Very stylistically different to this place. And out the front, just for a moment, there's because out the front there's a large figure in robes, but then they're black and brown robes.
Not white.
There's a very deep cowl across the face, hands crossed like that.
Not white, therefore it's safe.
And you see his hand come out and it seems unusually large, and a couple of the fingers seem misshapen and it's beckons you forth.
Turns back to the Scud. Thank you, that was very helpful.
And the guy's like, sure.
And they head towards that tent.
And that's where we're going to leave it for tonight. We will pause for a few minutes there, then we'll come back for After the Ashes After Dark.
We've got a few questions we'll address.
Yes.
So we'll see you shortly.
Will do. Hello?
Hello.
Again. and again. Hopefully we're not back too quick to throw people off. So this is probably a question for the players, but I hear there's a question, Don or Daryl?
I've got to say, I think I'm going with Daryl because he's got the dog. That's a double whammy right there for me.
I want both.
I would go, I'd go with Dawn, but I'd be thinking of Daryl.
Okay, but can I have both at the same time?
They'll probably just meet each other's eyes over smoking laser guns and be like,
True.
no, you out the way.
Aww.
But if that does happen, can I take the dog for a walk?
Yeah, can we walk the dog?
That sounds like a horrible euphemism.
Maybe it was.
It's not adultery if it's on the surface, right?
I'm still super concerned that we're going to succeed. I'm going to bring my wife out to the world. She's going to fall madly in love with Daryl and leave me.
Look,
What if I was her? It's better.
there's no child support on the surface. It's fine.
Well, I think Daryl would be a stand-up guy. I think he'd look after that kid.
So it's tricky with Lucas. Does Lucas have an opinion?
No. You could get Daryl to kill Dawn, though. That'd be a good plan.
Why can't you just have sex with something like a normal person?
Lucas is like, I want to play murder, not shake, marry, kill.
I've never actually murdered someone, so he wants to try.
What?
Manslaughter doesn't count.
Yeah, it does. I'm paying. I am security, I'm a sergeant, and I am saying that counts. And you're lucky I didn't find out.
Yeah, deliberate manslaughter, I think that's technically murder.
But it wasn't
Premeditated,
deliberate.
man.
Premeditated manslaughter.
You should. Have you ever actually explained to the viewers about what happened with the manslaughter and mass murder jokes?
No.
I don't think you have. Do you want to explain or leave it a mystery?
No. You gotta leave it. They'll work it out.
I mean, you've seen what happened tonight. Just imagine that again.
No,
I'll just go.
we are implying the wrong things.
Yeah, it was.
It is backstory, so a bit of backstory
mystery, isn't it? Well, I actually don't know. So I'm just assuming,
yeah.
which is fair.
Given all the evidence.
Yes. I'll twirl my moustache, toy right style.
Yeah, so... Gags? You didn't look at the other animals? Yeah.
It's the one I saw. I now know one more thing about the surface. Gex
You're gonna
exist.
get us ganked.
Yeah!
Me?
Yeah. At least we act kind of like bandits. You're just like, ooh, what's going on?
What's
Someone's
this?
mad at you.
Look,
It's a little bit like.
if you prove that you're trying to learn, it's better than nothing.
Not if you look like a crazy foreigner.
Well, Sky's basically Jack Skellington in Christmas Land.
Yeah, Christmas Town, thank you very much.
This is different. It's not licensed Christmas Land. It was Jack Skellington.
Yeah, I'm in a bunker, not a vault.
And we are in Adelaide. That is true.
Yes. Yeah, so those are all the questions from chat. There wasn't a huge number tonight.
No. I think unless anyone's asked anything recently, if anyone's still with us.
We gotta learn about the surface one geck at a time. Yep, one geck at a
Geck by
time.
Geck.
We can use it for meat.
Geck by Scaly Geck.
And it's not a direct reference to the Garden of Eden creation kit. That's just to the amount of geckos we have in Adelaide.
Yes.
We have so many geckos.
All the geckos. That would be a lot of meat though. It would be hard to preserve it.
Yeah, but like if we bred them just on the surface, we could
Just an
farm them.
army of giant lizards protecting the vault.
Yeah, it'd be perfect. We can set like laser cannons up on them. Shove the
Lizard-
freaking laser beams on their heads.
Well, we are still yet to go to the docks, so we might find some sharks there as well. We can have land and sea infantry.
I mean, they did film Jaws in
Mountain.
South Australia. Well, parts of Jaws in South
Oh
Australia.
shit! Oh yuck! I just realised if the gecko isn't that big, I'm just gonna see like the waves parting like a 400-metre shark.
A megalodon shark.
That's gonna make like Meg look tiny if geckos are that big.
Oh god, you're right.
Unless it's an inverse and they're like the size of koi fish now.
They're like super intelligent. They got like top hats and monocles. I guess we used to be a predator species.
But now our intellect rules our instinct.
It's like when you come across in Fallout 2 the super intelligent death claws. To be mutated because they were all mutated by the FEV virus. They're like, yeah, we can use this supercomputer, but don't break the voice recognition software. We can't program with our giant, massive claws. It's a problem.
Luckily, we've got squishy digits. All the programming.
No, you're floating around the surface now. Some intrigue. Random murder.
I'm glad we didn't get killed as soon as we walked into the village.
I have a new question for us. Does this mean that we're gonna get like giant huntsman spiders from Mittens? Please no.
Unless we can ride them. That'd be kind of cool.
Okay, so there is already an outstanding request of no spiders. I am severely arachnophobic. Brett already knows this. I am very extremely arachnophobic.
Yeah.
Therefore,
So
there is.
when Skye gets too comfortable.
No. If a player in one of my games outright requests to not have particular content, then it's not in.
Can I not have player failure?
Shut up.
Can we have new six-legged non-spiders?
But no, that is important.
No.
To make sure if players are uncomfortable with something, leave it out.
Because it's not like, oh, spiders arachnophobia. It's she's having a heart attack for arachnophobia.
Yeah, Mittens, I feel you on the rather we didn't. For me, I get like paralyzing fear and heart palpitations when I see spiders or when I have to interact with spiders or anything like that.
So yeah, if it was just like adrenaline rush, haha, we're gonna have a laugh now. But
Yeah, no, it's actually really serious, and I probably should see like a professional about the phobia because it's really extreme.
Well, what are the professional going to do when you walk in and just like pocket spider?
Well,
Get used to it.
well, there's like cognitive behavioral therapy stuff where it's like you slowly expose yourself to it,
Small ones from a distance, and it gets closer and bigger.
or like stuff on a screen first
Yeah.
of all, like and you know.
Oh
it's
yeah, because I've
fine.
been hearing they're doing that with the VR, where they just start with something that isn't like it, and they slowly become more and more like it.
Oh, it's snails for you, Bokkasuck. That's totally fair, buddy. Snails are weird.
Yeah,
Although riding giant snails would be really super slow, so it's not even helpful.
but if they're really big enough, you can just live in them.
Yeah. Oh, on them. Picture 10 of them back.
I didn't know a guy who was afraid of flapping things, so wings and fins from fish. And if you went up to him and went, it was actually.
Quite cruel by the sounds
It
of it.
really was. I didn't do it, but I saw someone else do it.
Oh,
It
that
really
is
was.
not cool. That is not cool. Yeah, it's fair that they're just gross, buddy. That's completely fair.
They are
Some
pretty
people
gross,
just
let's
get
face
gross
it.
by it.
What are the players? No.
I mean, I was referring to snakes and slugs, but yeah, no, spiders. I can't do it.
No.
Brett can attest. I literally had panic attacks, even thinking there's a spider around.
But yeah, for me, it's a storyteller or DM, whatever you want to call it. Player comfort is important, and DM comfort. I assume if I go, I don't want to role play, helium balloons crashing called the Hindenburg for some reason, they'd be like, okay, fair enough. Actually, they probably ask questions about that one.
Yeah, we asked a lot of questions.
I'm a time traveler, goddammit. I knew my fate.
But
Don't
say,
make me go back.
if Brett didn't want to do anything further with the apparently impending foursome of Daryl, Dawn, Sam, and Skye,
Well, I think we'd demand that.
then he is well within his right to say.
I would fade to black that anyway.
Yeah.
Just because we want to leave it in the viewers' imaginations. So they can write the fan... Oh god, I'm not saying that. No, I am not finishing that word.
The fanfic.
Damn it.
I was going to say something else, but alright. Fan
Fan
50 Shades
art.
of Grey.
That...
I'd be more.
Is there anything
concerned with
any kind of
fan
fan
art.
fiction that isn't...
Probably.
Okay. Okay, so Tuesday night is the people who get the first fan art. We're going to be the people with the first slash fiction.
You know what? This is fine. I resigned myself to my fate.
I don't know, after Monday night though, naked dwarf tossing, that could well be the first one.
I saw my chance and took it.
Yeah, you did. But in all seriousness, that is a big thing for us as a community, is making sure everyone in the community does feel safe and comfortable with the content. And that's been a big thing. There's been some people that have come in from communities that haven't made them comfortable with that, and we are all about making sure that happens.
Yeah.
Mitters, yes.
And also,
Yeah,
we're on...
I don't know what we're saying yes to.
That almost sounds like you're sort of...
Fanfic. Oh god, I'm not equipped to do that, but I know several people who are. Yes.
But it is also, I mean, it's not just because we're on Twitch and YouTube, but that also plays an effect. But really, it's just not being a dick.
Yeah, like, don't be a dick, be respectful. It's not that hard.
And if you want, like, horror, people's imaginations is always better than whatever you can describe anyway.
And there are also other streams that do that kind of thing. I know of a bunch of different groups that like to stream horror games, and if that's your thing, go for your life.
And maybe
Not during our stream, though.
Maybe we will eventually, but it will be declared as that and played as that, and if people don't want it, then they can not watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't watch that day, and that's fine. You don't have to watch every single stream we do. We just appreciate it.
Just,
you kind of have to a little bit.
But your computer does.
Your computer does, but you don't have to watch.
That.
Just get the extra viewer in.
Yeah, just hands over ears, shout la 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 for 3 hours, we'll be done.
Just mute in another tab.
We want enough variety that there's something for everyone, which means we're going to have stuff that isn't for everyone. So
Yeah, that's
which
just
is always good. I'm always a fan of art, if I can call it that. No, I can. I'm always a fan of art that is like not for everyone in the sense of some people like it, some people don't, rather than stuff that's a bit sort of, more mainstream. Oh god, I sound like a hipster.
Could someone get that man a beret?
Is it an organic beret?
Oh, yeah, made from hemp.
Yeah, of course.
Organic free-range hemp beret.
But
Not
at the same time, we try to provide every session with enough entertainment that hopefully people will enjoy everything we do. But if you don't, we'll let it slide.
It's once.
Just this once.
But then you have to watch everything from then on.
So how many viewers did we lose off of that?
We are down to 0.
Oh. No,
We've actually gone up 11, so I'm hoping you're enjoying our
Thanks, guys.
general shit talking.
Yeah.
Oh, and I'm not sure if people noticed, but our Thursday game finally has a tech guy, like our other 2 games do. He's not going to come on stream because he's shy, but
Maybe one day. Maybe one day.
we'll get you on here one day, buddy. But yes, our other...
Spin the camera.
Wow,
Do
rude.
not
So we
have a
need
tech
a
guy.
new tech guy.
So our Monday and our Tuesday games both already have tech guys, but we felt...
He's got better comedy time than the whole stream. Sorry, please continue.
But we didn't want to burn those 2 out by making them work extra, and it was already getting a bit difficult for Cody to also try and do the tech stuff while also being a player.
Well,
so,
we want to sort of expand it a bit as well and give it a bit more depth with sounds and...
yeah, which is why we got on another tech guy for us, which is good because it now means we have a good balance of tech guys versus number of shows. And over time, as we start getting more shows and other things involved as well, we're probably going to look at expanding a bit more with other tech people as well, just so that no one person has too much burden on them.
Yeah.
I just suffer.
He suffers.
But I love it, so it's alright. Glutton for punishment, some would call me. Or the Punisher.
I'll get a image. I'll get a fan art of Daryl because I can't draw, and I'll just do it for him and put it above the computer. Just for
Can we
him.
make a campaign, do it for Daryl?
Do it for Daryl.
Rolls off the tongue.
Daryl Crawford.
We'll do it for Daryl, rolls off the tongue. And
It's
so
a
does the
special
phrase.
side quest for us in After the Ashes. Where it's do it for Daryl. Do
I
it for
just like the
Daz.
shake of the head.
Hashtag do it for Daz.
Jacob, do it for Daryl.
Do it for Daz.
No.
Do it for Daryl.
He's Daryl. He's not Daz.
Well, yeah, we'll have to change the hashtag.
Hashtag do it for Daryl.
Yeah, is it? I'd like to say do it for Dawn, but Daryl it's got
It
that
won't,
nice, yeah.
Because
Do it
it's
for
slightly
Daryl.
longer.
We will do it for Daryl, and maybe
If
with
we do
Daryl.
hashtag do it for Dawn, we're going to end up with a lot of people from The Office in here.
What about do it for Daryl and Dawn?
Do it for Daryl by Dawn.
Do it
Do it for the
D&D.
D's.
Do it for D&D.
There we go. That's what D&D stands for in our stream from now on.
Daryl.
D&D is
Daryl and
Dawn.
Dawn. Perfect.
Now I got to give only laser weapons are going to be incredibly rare anyway. So
Yeah.
now I've got to be even rarer with them because I know anyone who turns up with a laser weapon is
I've
going to
got a request and I'm hoping everyone's going to jump on board, but this is the only people in the world with laser weapons have a name starting with the letter D.
And are attractive because they have a laser weapon.
Oh, yeah.
It's what makes them attractive.
Default.
D.
Another D.
Yeah, that's fine. That works for me because by that rule, as soon as any of you guys pick up a laser weapon,
Just disappeared. Did I mention I've got a silent D at the beginning of my name, Sam?
Sam.
No, it's just Sam.
Skye. The Skye.
Zucus.
Skye Waters.
That's alright. Next time the dogs come, I'll just like lie down and let them eat me. Can I roll a new character?
That would be
Dad.
Dan Bolton.
I'm here to avenge my father. I didn't
Your
realise I had a son.
Your brother. Your cousin.
My third cousin once removed, which is like the furthest possible separation in the
this
bunker.
But yes, I wanted to give a thank you to our wonderful tech people, our new one starting today, and also our other ones as well. So thank you guys. We love the work that you do helping us. Because while we may be on the stream, you are just as important as we are, if not more important.
I mean, we're just here being pretty. You're doing actual work.
Yeah.
Alright, he's in the room. He's going to hit the stop of the screen. Alright. Is there anything else? Or is that?
I can't think of anything. And nothing
Just keep
new
doing
has
it for
come
Daz.
through. Yeah,
Keep
just
going for Daz.
do it for Daz.
Good. See, it could be interesting.
What could
That's
be?
where we're going to start. See it. That's where we'll start next week.
Nah, sounds boring.
Yeah.
I was going to go on Shira and now leave.
Actually, you're right. I didn't foresee that.
Is that like the Clairvoyant Festival that's closed down for unforeseen
Yeah,
reasons?
basically.
I already know exactly what question I'm going to ask Nasir.
Is Daryl single?
How did you know?
Because I asked the same question. How do I make Daryl love me?
Now, are we going to tell the stream now so they have a week of speculation, or are we going to make them speculate what it is for a week?
No, they're going to speculate what it is, but I'm going to tell you in private what the question
So I
is.
can work out what the answer is?
It's in date so that you can prepare. Because it's going to be a doozy.
Prepare! I mean, of course.
That means so subconsciously you can process it so you can wing it next week.
Yeah, so it'll already be in your mind, so you don't have to completely do it on the fly.
I mean, this is more notes than you take. I just got to write down the names I look at this list for.
Yes, you need to have a quick sheet of just the people that are already done.
See, like this guy name here, in the name that's really legible, you guys didn't even talk to. So,
Were we meant to?
he was further in the village.
Ah.
We'll meet him
Well, they
later.
did kind of like stop us. I'm like, okay. I
Yeah.
guess I won't start a brawl.
Yeah, you're right. They did stop you.
Like, we'll just meet him later. Like, we'll meet all these people
No,
as we go through.
after this we're done.
No, he's dead.
We're never coming back.
He died from a heart attack because someone shot him with it.
We're burning our bridges when we get there.
So, did you expect that would happen if you, like... Did
Well,
you
I
think
assumed
that...
run off a shock baton, it would be non-lethal. Like, that's the whole point of having a shock baton. And then I was like, oh, it's supposed to be super powerful. Better go test it. And then the guy died. I even checked to make sure he was alive. And like, yep, he's alive. And I was like, alright. I'll leave
Temporarily.
him there.
He was alive for a little bit.
Well, his
Is it-
body was convulsing.
He's in cardiac arrest.
Yeah.
Don't you have a medicine proficiency?
I have a 1 in medicine.
He has one
Good
dog.
Yeah.
We should teach you medicine.
Nah, I've got this.
Look, if I cared about where he lived or died, I wouldn't have hit him with a shock baton.
That is a very good point.
Yeah, it's really valid.
Well, that was morbid.
I mean, I can't really argue with that
You
logic.
do remember when Brett said there is a death sentence in the bunker, right?
I do. I also remember he said everyone was needed and this guy was drunk outside the thing.
And you killed them.
Yeah.
So that was a needed body that you've just removed from the bunker. Among several
that
others
would
from the
keep them
rumours
up
I've
in here.
heard.
Yeah, more Soylent Green next week.
Yeah, more rations without
I
going
made him
on the
useful.
I heard you say that before. Is Sam aware that we eat dead people?
I feel like everyone knows this. Like, when everyone's ready to die, it's just like you go to the,
There's
you go to
probably-
the processing plant.
Take your hat off and
There's
sit
probably
down.
a lot of euphemisms, and some people probably go, "Oh, people get turned into fertilizer," and stuff like that. It's not literally we hunk off like a bit of shoulder. It's people would become fertilizer and
Okay.
put back in the cycle of
Processed
life.
food.
It's just because the resources is just not a choice.
And, like, there isn't really space to be able to bury or cremate everyone, so it makes better sense.
Cremation's a waste of resources.
Using the body is very different to eating the body.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure we probably eat part of the body.
Remind me not to die around you guys. You're super careful about all this.
You just go in for recycling.
It's
Yes.
probably not quite the same
Recycling.
taboo. There's probably has been times when there's been food problems that are like,
Yeah, well,
Eat what we eat.
"Here we go, we
Yeah.
eat criminals,
I mean,
old."
they're basically dead anyway.
I mean, you've survived for 100 years in a box.
Yeah.
Over
There's-
100 years.
Yeah.
Look, as long as we don't reach a point of, I think it's Logan's Run. I think that's the one I'm thinking.
Carousel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So- where it's like people are limited and you reach a point and you go in for processing.
Yeah.
I think it's I don't remember.
It is
exact-
Logan's
Unless it
Run.
gets to the lottery level.
Because
Like
in Logan's
flight,
Run,
okay.
where they invented Tinder.
Yeah, and that's why he was running away.
Yeah.
I knew I remembered.
But she was like green. She had like a solid like 10 years or whatever.
Sounds soiling.
There's a few jokes there, but not for this room. Okay, so
Bolton.
That's my
the full name.
nephew's.
Sam Soylent Bolton.
Mitters in the chat said, "Hey, you are what you eat. Cannibalism is the only way to remain human."
True.
I become a machine.
And you must eat their heart to gain their power.
Now that reminds me of a previous character. I was just thinking, if we're becoming machines, does that just make us Arcadians?
Well, they seem to survive better than we do.
Yeah. Let's not have a repeat of your character that just like literally ate everyone's heart.
It was one person's heart.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Literally
That was the
ate
only
one
person
person's
around.
heart in front of everyone.
Yeah, in a cemetery.
Okay, my character's cool with it.
Yeah. Your character was fine. Mine was having a nervous, psychotic breakdown because her boyfriend was brutally murdered.
Yeah.
Then ate his heart.
No,
No.
ate the person that murdered him's heart.
Well, if you ate your boyfriend's heart, he would have lived on in you. Maybe you should have just done that.
No, that's where the baby came from.
Yeah, okay, this is where we stop the conversation. It's getting a little bit too weird for me.
This requires an explanation of a lot of rules of a different system.
Yeah, I would say so.
Actually, it's technically the same system, but whatever.
Her,
She used magic and it went wrong.
yeah. She
I
used
imagine
magic.
so.
She used magic and it kind of went wrong, but also right. And
No, just wrong by the sounds of it.
she
All
got life
kinds of
mastery. It was great. But yeah, she brutally murdered the person who brutally murdered her boyfriend.
She had help.
She did have help, but it did involve brutally beating them to a pulp and then ripping open the cavity and eating the heart. And
Remember, we
everyone
do have a
except
mature
that one
audience.
dies.
Splash screen at the beginning of this, so if you're watching this, your fault. This is on you.
Oh, we haven't had.
And your character was fine with it, and some of the other characters were just like, oh god, what's happening? She is not okay. And then
Yeah.
everyone didn't care.
Oh, so I was reading Encounters from the Abyss, and then I think I heard a rumor that you were going to do that with your character. And
Which
I went
one?
the baby thing, and I went to the storyteller. Hey, have you looked at this?
Oh, that's how she got the idea for it. I had no idea. I just wanted a normal baby.
Nope.
And then she gave me an abyss baby instead, so...
No, that was from me. Sorry.
So, question. Is there any path that Sam can take to make him the Punisher where it's like the Netflix series, he just walks in and kills everyone around
Yeah, you can just keep upgrading all your combat stats.
and just roll well?
Yeah.
To be fair, you're about as combative as Lucas is. He has the same kill streak. He thinks you're pretty bad for a security guy.
Well, security's job is not to murder homo people. So Sam thinks he's pretty good for a
If you could
security
stop
guard.
more people from hurting us, that would be great too. I'm pretty sure that's why you're on this thing. I seem to almost die
Maybe
every
just stop
combat.
walking towards murderers.
I know.
It's your job as logistics to be the murder hobo.
Apparently.
I would like some protection from security. You almost died as well, and he's just over there like, oh, I got this little scratch, guys.
I actually took like 2 lethal damage, even through my armor, and I'm just like keeping my elbow tucked in so no one can see it.
You didn't get that healed, did you?
No.
Oh, let's have an after dark special. Can you please roll stamina?
Yes, are you going to
Only
be
if I get to be a werewolf if I fail. Can I crit fail and become a werewolf?
Just be a wet dog.
a were-dog? Roll in it.
1 success.
Okay.
I was fully, as a player, expecting it to get infected by one another. I literally just got bitten by rabid dogs. I might have rabies.
No, it was just
Rabies doesn't exist in Australia. It's the one that's similar but not actually
I'm
rabies.
sorry, have you been here in 100 years' time? We don't know what we've got yet.
Good point. We have a
Could be way
mutated version
worse.
of it, which is even worse than rabies.
Yeah, some celebrity from America wanted to fly their like little bag dogs over that had rabies and they just bit someone.
It was me. That mutated into a large muscular dog with one offside.
Man, you know things are poorly managed when the logistics guy and the security guard are comparing kill counts.
I mean, mine's already
Just
way
explain.
high. If either of us are Punisher, it's gonna be me.
Actually, that is a good point. Your kill count is higher.
Yeah, because he's more like the Punisher in the sense that he can do all the homemade stuff like knock through walls and stuff. And also, like the Punisher, he doesn't like stop and say freeze or anything, he just like kills everyone. Half the
Okay,
Punisher's
that's
kills are
fair.
just by surprise.
I just look like the Punisher.
Yeah, you have the
With all
looks,
my
you
nice
have the
guns.
actions.
Together we can be the Punisher.
Yeah.
Wait, remember the shotgun boys for a while? We can go back to that. What
You've got his shotgun.
Yeah.
Not that you
You
know.
look like the Punisher 'cause you're wearing my guns.
2 shotgun with a sniper rifle, as far as I can tell, pistols.
It's more like an elephant gun than a sniper rifle.
I choose to believe.
In fact, it will be started as an elephant gun.
Oh. I hope I roll well on my insight check on that one to know that it will just take my shoulder off if I don't brace
I
properly.
was just hoping it was a giant ass blunderbuss.
That's basically what, elephant, well, sort of is. Alright, we might as well call it there.
Alright, thanks for sticking around, guys, and we will see you hopefully next Monday and Tuesday, and back here again same time next week.
If we pray to the power gods for power on Monday.
No, we just pray that they don't ruin anything for us.
Get a generator.
Yeah, well, that offers if it happens, so we'll make it happen.
See you next week.
Thanks, guys. See you later.
Bye.